Hello. Are we live? Okay, we're
Okay,
live.
we're live.
Hello.
Hello. Long time no see. Should we like post a link somewhere? Or people just find us?
Probably. I don't know. I probably should. Hold on, let me
Yeah,
do
you
it.
should do that.
Let me do it for once. I'll
My face is a
actually
my face is a little
do it.
moony, but to be fair, it is the full moon yesterday.
You said your face is moony. Sorry, I
Just a
was
little bit
distracted.
moony. Just a little bit moony.
Okay. Well, I'm just I don't know. I'm very estrogenic all the time. And I'm like, whoa. Like I don't know why. I don't really have an explanation.
Oh yeah.
But I'm a bad bitch. No, I'm just kidding. That's my
Well,
answer. I'm
I'm
a
not.
savage.
I'm not
I'm
the baddest and I'm not a savage. I'm Glinda.
I wanted to make my name Bad Bitch just to like smear it in Swiftologist's face.
Yes.
But yeah, so
That's so funny.
anyways, we have a lot to talk about today. This album made quite a splash
Yes.
for the Astro
Controversy.
girlies and boilies. She released it when Venus literally conjuncted the South Node. So literally, I don't know if she did that on purpose, but it is very bizarre timing for it to be almost exactly. I think it was literally at like midnight Eastern when that happened.
Interesting.
So she might have done it on purpose, or she didn't, and it was just weird, but it did obviously have a lot of effect on the girls
Mhm.
because it's Venus involved, and a lot of girls freaked out, basically, totally.
Yes.
And yeah, so I don't know. So here we are.
Taking my crown off before people get here. Like it will not stay on my head. We'll see here. Actually, maybe I'll like put it a little closer. Haha, right there. That's better.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna talk about the album,
Mhm.
and it's called "The Life of a Showgirl" by Taylor Swift. And Alex and I used to have this tradition where we would listen to the Taylor Swift albums together. And after midnights,
Midnight's
we
so scarring.
we'd take a break. We did do Speak Now. We did do Speak Now. But Midnight's
Yeah.
was the first. It was the first. What's that phrase that they use? Um, I mean, Gosh, I can't remember what the phrase is, but basically, it was like a bullet to the chest. We were both
It was
so sick.
bad. You know
Yeah.
what the thing is too
Mhm.
with Midnights, I knew I was gonna hate it. Like it was
Yeah.
weird. I just had this feeling. I was like, there's something wrong. Like there's something like the way she did it, I just knew. And I need to clip what I said about Midnights because it is just
Mhm.
truer and truer and truer. Like the more time passes, I was so right. I was like, she just threw this together last second and just put it out there like nothing. And you can see because I think this album, you can tell she actually put effort into it. I can tell.
Not what they would say.
No, it isn't what they would say, but they don't have any taste because they thought Midnights was a fucking masterpiece and it was the most lazy, bloated, like half the songs shouldn't even been on it. You know, it was bad. There were like she had a good chorus, a good hook here, a good chorus here, a good bridge
Mhm.
here, and then they were all in different songs, and then everything else was like clunky and bad.
Yeah.
Even like the top single, Anti-Hero, it has one of her worst bridges, especially in a single and in a
Yeah.
popular single. But I think people take the kind of vacuumness
Mm.
of Midnight's being released when nothing else was really out there or nothing of its genre
Yeah.
versus what's actually good, which there's still nothing today. There really isn't.
Yeah.
So
There's
I
like
think
one
pop is
third
dead.
There's
Yeah.
one third of a good album by Sabrina Carpenter. There's half a good album by Gaga, and that's it. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. And it's like Sabrina Carpenter, like on any other like masterful pop year, that album would have been a flop. But because literally
Mhm.
by comparison, everyone's like, "Oh, this is a pretty good album." Like 4 songs are good. Like four.
Yeah, it's like kind of a flop in reality, but because there's nothing, then it's okay. So it makes
Mhm.
it to like it's okay status. I think with this album, again, I don't know if she timed it with the astrology. I really don't know. We know she's an astro girly. I know she is. She might have done it on purpose, but I don't maybe that is her intention because maybe she was like, I'm done. I want to do a mass purging. You know, South Node is all about purging and getting rid of people or getting rid of stuff. So maybe she wanted to get rid of people. And so she did it. And I think that it was really weird timing. And I told you it was weird. I was not pleased about the timing. I was like, she's right on the line. And I
Yeah.
do think it will age well because if she
Yes.
would have just waited like 3 more weeks, it literally would be different. But I don't know if she did do it at that time as a part of some kind of ritual or something.
Well, if you like okay, well, so first, before I get into the whole backlash thing, did
Mhm,
want to talk about our initial reactions because, like, just
mhm,
very briefly, because Alex and I, like I said, the reason why we would always listen to the albums together, and then after Midnights and Speak Now, we were like, we can't do this anymore because it was just Alex was getting so tense around album releases. He's like, it's
mhm,
gonna be horrible. And, like we couldn't listen to Torture Poets together either. And this is not me shading Alex or anything. I'm just saying like we needed space to listen to it on our own because like the energy in the Swiftie fandom at that time was just so toxic and terrible. And
mhm,
and it was like I feel like you're not like an empath, but like you could like sense their
mhm,
insanity, so to speak. And
mhm.
yeah, and just you're in Taylor's. We call her a Psy vamp. Her
Yes,
Psy
and
vampirism.
I could also tell that
Mhm.
I couldn't tell tayflation was coming.
Yeah.
Now we have detayflation
Yes.
happening now, but
But
it
if you
was bad in Midnights. It was really bad. There were a lot of
yeah.
fake fans. Fake.
Exactly, and the kind of way that they're reacting, this polarized manner, is very similar to what happened with Reputation, but like you said, with
Mm,
Reputation, there actually was a reason.
mhm. Yeah,
Even if the album was really good, it's actually a reason why people were
there's a
against her.
stark difference. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This one, there is kind of a political reason, but at the same time, it's
Not
very,
really.
yeah, it's like, well, is it as bad as what it was? But what's interesting is all the interviews I've been watching, she is so unbothered. You even ask her about the
Mhm,
criticism. She's like, eh. Oh, well, unlike Reputation, where she was like devastated that they didn't accept
yeah,
her, and now she's like, I don't care. I'm getting
yeah,
married.
pretty much. Well, yeah, I mean, I think this album release, as far as me and Lisa, it was pretty uneventful. It was
Hmm.
just like, "Oh, this is nice. Oh, I like it." And that was pretty much it. We'll get into some of the stuff track by track, but it was pretty
Hmm.
straight up like, "Oh, I think this is a good album." And for me, it
Yeah,
continues to grow on me.
same.
So it could even probably be one of my favorites in the future, if it keeps growing because it started strong. It started at like this is a pleasant album. This is pleasant to listen to.
Yeah.
And it's kind of growing where I'm like really appreciating different things. I also like that it was shorter. I think
Hmm.
if she would have done like I call it Tortured Lesbian, but if she would have done Tortured Lesbian 2.0,
Hmm.
it would have been a little overwhelming today.
Yeah.
Like I would have been like, oh my gosh, like 31, I'd have been like, ugh. But
Yeah.
I like that this is snappy. It's a
Hmm.
little sharper.
Yeah.
I like Max Martin and Shellback.
Yeah.
I love 1989. And I was pleased, which for me, I'm not
Yeah.
easily pleased. I'm not
You're
somebody
not.
who's like, oh, she can just put out anything. Like, no, I mean, it's literally like Midnight's Gate. It was an event. And I knew it was even like a crisis foretold. And then I had migraines. You got violently ill.
Oh,
Like
I did.
it was
I got
crazy.
stomach flu that evening, and I was literally I think I threw up 3 times
Yeah.
before we, like, listened to the album together.
Yeah. I
It
had a
was crazy.
horrible migraine. Like
Yeah.
painful, painful migraine the day of Midnights. I did have a migraine the day of this album too, but it was more of like a deswelling and like I'm just
Mhm.
generally estrogen-y, like I said anyway, so I'm just generally having migraines. I think it's more seasonal. It's more to do with the time of year, which I mean, she did release that one in October too, so maybe, but I wasn't in a deficit really at that time. I mean, I kind of was, but I'm just saying it was brujeria.
Yeah. That was my
Midnights, I think she
first.
used the spell. Yeah.
Yeah, we maintain to this day that she was doing, like, some kind
Yeah.
of Nicki Minaj witchcraft. I always use her
Yes.
as an example. I think she's moved away from that.
Yes.
I think
This
she
was just
has.
normal. Very
Yeah.
normal.
Yes. But anyways, yeah, that did not. Midnights was where we were just like, there's a couple of good songs, but versus like after we did this one, we were like, oh yeah, there's some songs that I really like, and there's a couple
Mhm.
songs that I'm like on, but for a 12 track album, the fact that we
Mhm.
liked, I mean, if you liked like 8 out of 12 tracks, that's
It's
pretty
really
good.
good, especially,
Yeah.
like, early on.
Oh
That's
yeah.
really good.
It's very front loaded. I mean, my personal opinion, I know you said you like it snappy. I could have done with like 2 more songs that were like more of the quality of the first 4, like in the back half. Or like maybe with like soundscape as well in the back half to kind of like round it out more. But that's just a personal preference.
Mhm.
Like I look now having listened to the album at least like I don't know 12 times through,
Mhm.
I can definitely see that she is telling a very distinctive story in these
Mhm.
12 tracks. Like I put together after the third or fourth listen, like she is like every single song does tell a story and leads into the next one. And like for example, the fifth track is about finding someone and taking the risk to be with them. But then the sixth track is explaining why she now takes risks.
Mhm.
And it's just a very interesting
Mhm.
um storytelling thing that she's
Yeah,
doing
and,
in the
even with,
album. Yeah.
father figure where she was
Hmm.
betrayed
Yeah.
to, I almost called it The Archer. It is this album's Archer.
Yeah.
To eldest daughter where she's
Hmm.
saying, "There's so many traitors, blah, blah, blah," because it's
Hmm.
like, "I've been betrayed, but I'm
Yeah.
going to take this leap," which
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it for that reason, but we'll get into some of the controversy soon, but
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. Well, let's start with the opening track, The Fate of Ophelia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Um,
mhm.
mhm.
Oh,
Oh, I was gonna say I went to the release party twice.
oh, yeah. Well,
And I got
you
the
can give the
yeah.
tea of what she
Oh,
says
yeah.
about him.
Oh, definitely. Well, it's like The Fate of Ophelia is she likes the idea of taking Shakespearean tragedies and making them comedies. And a comedy in Shakespearean terms means they get married at the end. And that's what we want to see, right? Because she always imagined the love story scenario. This is the grown-up version of love story, The Fate of Ophelia. Ophelia in Hamlet was a woman who was driven mad by Hamlet, and he like basically like mentally tortured her with his weird shenanigans. And she went and she go drown like went and drowned herself basically. And here in this song, she's thinking about having her heart saved by the fate of Ophelia, meaning that previous guys messed with her head so
Joe.
much. Joe, Maddie Healy
Sorry.
as
I know,
well. Well, just I
I
know.
think
John
Joe
Mayer.
worse. But yeah, Matty Healy definitely in Tortured
Yeah.
Lesbian era, like 2023. He like was really trying to like I
He
think
pushed her over
Joe
the edge.
wore her down.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Joe pushed her to the edge and then Maddie like pushed her off of it right at the end.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It's kind of like a long drawn out
Yeah.
death like cancer versus an
Yeah.
acute gunshot wound.
Yeah. And or it's more like she dealt with cancer and chemo
Yeah.
for like
And
5 years or whatever, and then she got
got
shot
shot.
at the end. So that's like
We
quite
shouldn't
a
be laughing, but it's
I
like, but
know, but
this is what
it's
it was for
because it's
her.
metaphorical. Yeah, it
Exactly.
is it was very Ophelia-ish.
Yeah.
She
And
I could see
and
that. I can see why
oh,
she would
definitely.
say that.
And so she's basically saying that her new boy, her fiance, Travis
Mhm.
Kelsey, is it saved her heart from the fate of Ophelia. So basically saved her from drowning. And I guess the metaphor here is not like physically dying, but it's drowning in
Mhm.
her own tears and sorrow. And so we look back at her previous album, The Prophecy, where she's like, change to prophecy. I want to, I don't want this to be the end for me.
Mhm.
And um and 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 she's basically this is the answer to that song.
Mhm. Yeah, I we wanted to do a little thing too where
Mhm.
we kind of say like our take on what other era like
Mhm.
it's similar to or whatever. I think for me, I went more like lyrical, I guess,
Mm. Okay.
rather than sonically.
Mhm.
So for me, I feel like The Fate of Ophelia is its sister album, I guess we can call it that, is I think
Mhm.
it's Tortured Lesbian. I think it's
Oh,
the
okay.
main 12 track because it's kind of like it's almost like an inversion of Fortnite. And
Mhm.
it's I see what you mean about the comedic aspect. It's a little bit
Yeah.
satirical, or it has that little bit of like little torture
Well,
lesbian energy. Yeah.
comedy in Shakespeare just means there's a marriage at the end.
Well, sure. But I'm
Yeah.
saying like I do feel
Yeah.
like it's a little bit satirical in the sense
Yeah.
that she's taking this other work and it's, derivative or whatever to that extent. So I feel like that was kind of there. Like it gives me like inverted Fortnite, at least lyrically, where it's like, I hate that you're with somebody, blah, blah. This one is like, you're with me and I'm happy that you're with me. But it's a similar vibe to me. And I feel like it is also a bridge between the albums too. So that's how I saw it. Which one did you think?
Yeah. I guess sonically, I can see some of like a little bit of Speak Now in it.
Okay.
Like just
Interesting.
like with because like Speak Now is where she was kind of getting to that weird alt rock sound, and
Mhm.
trying to like slowly put it into the country music.
Mhm.
But she
Yeah,
was like really in the Fall Out Boy at that time, like we can't
that's
forget that.
true.
Yeah. And so and even though this is not Fall Out Boy, this is very much like a there is like a soft rock aspect to it, but that's why I'm like sonically it relates. As
Mhm.
far as the storytelling element goes, I can definitely see Tortured Poets. Um, I think, but then again, I would say have to say Fearless just because of the
Mhm.
Shakespeare connection. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
But yeah, what about the critical reception of it? Because I've seen, "She doesn't understand Ophelia. She doesn't know what she's talking about." That's what I've seen. So what
They
are your
want to make
thoughts on that?
they want to make Ophelia out to be some kind of feminist icon, and I was like, she was written by
She's
a
not
dude
though.
600 years ago. Like, what are you trying
Yeah,
to
well,
do?
didn't she just die? Because I don't know. I don't really know the story of it, so I
It's
can't
hard for me
comment
to
on that.
remember. Like, I read it so long ago, but basically,
Okay.
it's just like Hamlet told her to go be a nun.
Okay.
And she like after he like tortured her mind over the play because she like was in love with him.
Mhm.
And he had to pretend to be mad so the king didn't kill him. And so his madness, he was like he then threw that at her, and it confused the crap out of her, and then she just like drowned herself. It's kind of lame. We're not saying that men 600 years ago knew how to write women well,
Oh my
you
god.
know.
Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
because all I heard was like she needed autonomy from men and blah blah blah. What I did hear somebody say in response, which I thought was interesting, is that she thinks that Taylor is saying she needs autonomy from the public in the same way that Ophelia needed her own autonomy. Taylor needed it from public scrutiny, or
yeah,
she felt like she was captured by that, which I thought that was interesting because I think a lot of this album, it is kind of like a big fuck you moment to
yeah,
society, I think in general, like, or just her haters or whatever. She always does that anyways, but I feel like that is a major theme of this album is fuck you haters, basically.
yeah,
Like it's like the showgirl says fuck the haters. That's
yeah,
basically like it's a major theme. And I do think that that's why I liked that interpretation of it because I feel like that could be part of it. Like she's like, I'm asserting my autonomy from the audience, so to speak, which I thought was interesting. But that's just some of the discourse I heard over it. So, but yeah,
yeah.
otherwise, I think it's catchy. I'm not a fan of the single choice. I never am though, so I wasn't expecting it.
I
But
am because I feel like it's a direct response to not Midnight, sorry. What kind of but Torture Poets. It's kind of like it's a direct
I
response
understand
to that.
that.
Yeah.
I can understand her saying like this is an introduction, this is
Mhm,
the bridge between. That's true.
mhm.
But I'm just like, ugh, I just I knew I wouldn't like it. Like I knew I wouldn't like what she chose, so it's fine. It's not the worst thing ever.
Mhm. I like it better than when
Yeah.
she chose Fortnite. Better when she chose
Yeah.
Me.
Well, yeah. So as far as it could have been,
Yeah,
it's whatever, but personally, I'm
yeah,
like, "Eh." But other than that, I really don't have an
mhm,
issue. I think it's really
yeah,
catchy. I think
yeah,
about, "Oh, man, me, na, na." I think about that all the
mhm,
time.
yeah.
And the
These people are
video's
dancing down the aisle.
fine. I like the
Yeah.
video visually.
Mm.
Um,
It's the best one she's done so far. I'm not
yeah,
saying Tay Director is the best director of all time, but I think she's taken to heart some of the criticisms that she had because she used to be just so on the nose with her music
yeah,
videos, and now she's actually doing like visual
Mhm.
Like, like actual visual things that are interesting, like the part where she's on the boat. That's not on the nose. She still had
Mhm.
some movements that kind of like lyrically intertwined. Like, so her bed was full of scorpions. He draws a sword. That's a good metaphor visually. It's not
Mhm.
her. Like in the past, if Taylor was doing this, she'd be like literally in a bed of scorpions.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
yeah. So
That's a
she's
good point.
improved. Hmm.
And the only part that made me cringe was when somebody passed her the football. That part kind of was so
Yeah.
cheesy. I'm like, ooh, it like cheeses me out too much. But I watched it with my cousin. My cousin thought it was cute. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like to each their
Yeah.
own,
Hmm.
But that's how I feel about a lot of art in general. It's
Yeah.
kind of like to each their own. So, to me, I like it visually. I think it's visually beautiful and interesting. And there's a lot of different types of scenes. And I like all her different hair colors. I always think of her with red hair as the All Too Well, old bitter Taylor, in the All Too Well when she was like at the end of the All Too Well video when she had the red hair. Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah, bad wig. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that for a second. Like in this one, the bad wig worked because it was clearly supposed to represent kind of like a
Yes, it
stage
did
performance.
work.
Yeah,
But
like
I
it
still
was fine.
it gave me like a callback to that, but in a good way, like not in like a bad
Yeah.
way. Like I liked it. And then I love her like Elizabeth Taylor, I think that's my favorite one, the black wig
Yes.
where it's like long.
Yes.
My
She looks good
cousin
with dark
liked
hair. Cause
the bob. But yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, she looks good with that 19. I guess it's like a be 1940s hair. 1940s hair is what it looks like with yeah, the burlesque kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And Alex and I talk about this all the time. So like if you go back to the the Joe era,
Oh
you'll
my
notice that a
God.
lot of the music videos that she directs has some shots of her feet because Taylor likes to please her man. And if you watch all the music videos that she's done since Travis, she there's a lot of
It's all
pictures
her butt.
shot. Yeah, it's all her butt.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't really pay attention to her butt that much, but I will take your word for it. I
It's
was looking
the
at the
yeah.
wigs. I was looking at the
It's the burlesque one. That's the one that's like most
okay.
tushy. And then a little bit when she's dancing and she's like doing the twisting and stuff. I mean, she did it much better. And I don't. Here's the thing about like this. Her dancing is not the best. And hey,
Mhm.
but there are ways to make your dancing more flattering, and I can compare that directly between the scene where she's like on stage doing the dance versus dancing in the party room. And dancing on
Mhm.
stage, she's wearing a dress that's kind of like a sheath. It's like a mini sheath dress. And so what that dress does is it doesn't show your curls and it doesn't move with you when you're moving. So it makes your dancing look more stilted than it actually is. And she's
Mhm.
already a stilted dancer versus
Mhm.
when she's in the party room, her dress has movement to it. So when
Oh,
she
interesting.
moves, it gives the illusion that her hips actually do have curvature. And so I think that was just a bad costume choice.
Yeah.
Um, that you should, if you're not the best dancer, it doesn't matter how much cardio you do, you
Mhm.
don't have that rhythm, you don't have that sway. You need to make sure that your outfit is going to show it off better. And you can see that
Mhm.
directly in the Eras tour, the 1989 set. She had that same kind of really like sheath skirt style, like a mini skirt style, and it doesn't show your movement when you're dancing.
Mm.
And then when she came back for the Europeans like leg, she changed the skirt style to be more
Mhm.
like flippy, and so it actually had better movement when she's
Mm.
like, yeah. So,
Interesting. I didn't think
mhm,
about that. Okay.
yeah,
Well, that's our take on that,
yeah,
on Fate of Ophelia. So I guess I'll go on to the next one,
the
right?
diva,
Which is Elizabeth Taylor. This song is, I think for me, I love Taylor for her Scorpio rising. I am one
yeah,
too. This one is, there's probably three songs that are Scorpio on this album, and
yeah,
this one is one of them, majorly.
hmm,
And I love it. It spoke to me pretty quick, to be honest. I think I was like a little bit like by the way she sang it at first, but I loved the
hmm,
beat. But then that bridge was, I literally woke up with that bridge in my mind the next day
yeah.
after listening to it. And I was like, oh, that is really good.
Elizabeth
So
Taylor.
Yeah, when she's like, "Oh, na, na,
Mhm.
na." It's very catchy. So
The
I really
strings.
liked it.
The
Yeah, I
strings,
really liked
especially in the
it.
bridge in the second half, so good.
Yeah, I love it. And
Production.
production was great.
Yes.
And I love the lyrics. It's
Mhm.
luxurious, it's glamorous, it's beautiful, and it's also, it gives a little bit of that Scorpio crazy, which I do
Yeah.
agree with
Swiftologist.
Swiftologist. I
Yeah.
do, because I love the line where she says, like, "Do you think it's forever?" That is such a
Mhm.
Scorpio thing. And
Yeah.
then in the bridge, "Don't you ever be anything but mine." It's like,
Yeah.
period. I love those lines. And I think it's a sexy song. I view it as kind of sexy because I think it's kind of sexy when you claim somebody like that, which again, I am a
Yeah.
Scorpio rising, so that's probably why I feel that way. But it's that Scorpio vibe, and then the glamour of like the diamonds, and she does a lot of that visuals in the lyrics. I really like it. But yeah, what is your take on it?
Oh, I think it's beautiful. It's the song that comes to mind when people like said her lyrics are not up to snuff and they're not as good as folklore. I was like, did you listen to the lyrics of this song?
Right.
This song is like a visual like
Mhm.
I say like soundscape is the wrong way to put it, but it's like it's a visual masterpiece of just of
Mhm.
lyrically where it takes you like to talk about Portofino and the Hotel Athénée and she's giving you all this like imagery in the
Mhm.
song and but she's doing it more simply and that's what they don't like. It's not lyrical heavy, but it's
Mhm.
still good quality
It's
lyrics just said
snappier,
simply. Yeah, exactly, which is a
which is
more of a
what she
Max Martin
wanted.
style.
Mhm.
Exactly. It's Max Martin. And but, saying Portofino was on my mind, and so as a listener, maybe people should think about that and be like, "What does that mean?" Elizabeth Taylor and Portofino, kinda look at the history of that and look at the references she's making. We have to deal with the Great American Dynasty. That was a
Mhm.
real person too.
Mhm.
It's like there's she's relating herself here to Elizabeth
Mhm.
Taylor, seeing herself in her, and people just can't handle it. I don't know. It's so weird. Like I'm like they. I haven't heard anyone bash this song yet.
Mhm.
I've seen a lot of people say like, "Oh, it's the only good one on the album," kind of, but
Mhm.
it's just weird to me that they're saying, "Oh, the album doesn't have this blah blah blah." I was like, "There's plenty of songs that have very like beautiful lyrics, and I don't know why you
Yes.
all aren't listening."
Yes. I agree.
It's just not sad sounding.
Yeah, which it doesn't, it's not even happy necessarily, but I love the line, "Be my NY when Hollywood hates me." I love the way she delivers it too. Oh
Yeah.
god, I just love it.
Well, because
Um
I like how she probably
mhm.
wrote that knowing that she would have an impending cancellation
Mhm. I
because
think
Hollywood yeah,
she knew it. I think she
yeah,
could feel it.
yeah, definitely. And she and notice that she didn't say when the public hates me. She said when Hollywood hates me
Mhm.
because she knows that it doesn't matter if you're canceled by the public because Hollywood will still prop you up a lot of times, right?
Mhm.
And with this, it's like she knows Hollywood wants her head as well because so for example, when she does her movie stuff, Hollywood hates her. They really do hate her because she doesn't distribute through third party. She distributes through AMC directly.
Mhm.
And she's the first artist to ever do that because it was not financially sound to go through a third party where they wanted all these deals and all these like stipulations. And so they don't like the fact that she's doing everything in house and because
Mhm.
not enough people in the industry are making money off of her. And it's like
Mhm.
it's not her fault that she's like financially savvy, but
Right.
they do want her head on a stake.
Yeah, and I think too, just love the line, "You're only as hot as your last hit, baby." That's true. I think
Mhm.
for me, I relate to it, whenever you do work that's public, it's that way.
Mhm.
It's like people are fair weather. They're with you when it's good, they're not with you when it's bad. Like, it's very much that way. Like, and she honestly, one of the reasons I love her so much is because she's the one who's kind of taught me how to handle public life.
Yeah.
Something I've told Lisa a lot in private is this album for me, it's really helped me integrate my Virgo-ness. I feel like
Yeah.
Taylor's Capricorn gives my Virgo energy or something. It's like I understand it because I've done so much work publicly and activistically over the past few years. Like she was doing the Eras tour. that I can relate to working that hard, especially after the past year. So especially like my when I was 32, that whole year, it was so hard. And so I appreciate that because I feel like, and she even said, she's like, albums or art is a mirror of yourself. Or like when you listen to something, you see, it makes you see yourself. And I feel like it has been accomplished. Like it is a
Yeah.
good album. I don't care what people say. It is a good album. I don't care if they write that. No, I'm just kidding. But it is a good album, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, because it did make me reflect a lot, which that's what you want art to do.
Yes. Well, she even said that. She's like, art is a mirror, and you're either going to like see yourself
Yeah.
reflected in or you're not. And a lot of people were, it's one thing to be like, I don't relate to this,
Yeah.
because there's been plenty of albums that she released where I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I can recognize these songs are good, but I don't relate to it at all.
Yeah.
Like for Lover, for example.
Yeah.
That album. I mean, I didn't like that. I mean, but Cruel Summer, obviously, I don't relate to the song Cruel Summer
Mhm.
in the least, but I know that song is a bop, right? And one of the best pop songs ever written. But people are just like they're extremely upset because they don't see Taylor Swift as a person. They see her as a toy. It's like, well, I have a
Mhm.
cognitive behavior analyst friend who like told me about this. And so they are just imagine they cannot imagine a worldview where they can't see themselves in her.
Mhm.
And
Which is
when she
weird.
when she deviates from that, it's like a betrayal.
Mhm. Yeah, whereas I think for me, like, I just didn't like Midnights, you know? It
Yeah.
was really that simple, like, I thought it was lazy,
Yeah.
and it
Especially
pissed me off.
sonically.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, the production was really bad on some of those
Mhm.
songs, but it's also, like, it was a huge regression from Folklore and
Mm.
Evermore. It was
Yeah.
just drastic. It was, like,
And
off a cliff.
they're calling
Mhm.
this album the
I
regression.
know, and I'm like, "No, it's not." I
Yeah.
think it's been up and up. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Tortured Lesbian was good writing, it's just it was too much, and it was very chaotic, it was all over
Yeah.
the place, but that's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
it is I like it for the fact that it was everywhere. I'll put it to you
Yeah.
that way, like, it's kind of just it was tortured. I liked it. This one, though, I like that it's snappy because it is kind of like it's a response to Tortured because it's organized, and I like that a lot. It's kind of as organized as the Eras Tour. That's what I feel about it, and I like it. So I appreciate it a lot. Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, she said she wanted to be as proud of this album as she did the Eras tour, so yeah.
Mhm, makes sense.
Um, third song, Opalite.
Oh, we need to talk about what era we think it inspired
Oh, sorry, never
for
mind.
ET, Elizabeth too. So for me,
Tourism.
lyrically, the where I went was 1989 because
Ah,
I made like a blank space connection. I felt like it
oh,
was very blank spacey lyrically.
okay.
But
I would
yeah.
say sonically 1989 for sure.
Mhm.
Sonically, but I lyrically for me it is folklore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's hard to it's just a cheesy little challenge we did, but it's hard because like you have to choose but I think it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Opalite.
Okay, Opalite. Opalite, I think it's really cute. I think it's very cutesy. I think this should have been a single. This might have needed to be the lead one, but she didn't do it. It's very popular on Instagram, very popular in Reels. Like everybody's using it all the time. So I think this is probably the most popular one right now, at least with the
Yeah.
mainstream. But I like it. I think it's really cute. I think that it is mostly about Travis, but I think that I don't know, it's just easy listening. It's cute. It's pleasant. I love the bridge. I love her
Mhm.
vocals in the bridge. I like the way it sounds. It's just snappy.
Mhm.
It's good. I like it. I don't know. I mean, I don't really have much else to say. What do you think about it?
I think some of the lyrics are a little bit too like childish and silly, but that being said, it is just fun. I don't think you
Mhm.
have to take every single song super
Yeah.
serious. I will say the bridge is really pretty. Like this is just a storm inside a teacup. Like that's cute.
Mhm. I think
Yeah.
it's really cutesy.
Mhm.
It's fun. Like it's the kind of thing that people post with like with videos of their babies and stuff. Like it's
Yeah.
cutesy. It's very mainstream. I think it could have worked as a single. I think it could still work as a single. I think she
Yeah.
probably should do it. But
Yeah.
it's very cute. What do you think about like the metaphor and what discourse have you seen? I haven't seen that much discourse about this one.
Well, if you look at the lyrics, she says, "Oh my Lord, never made a man like you before." And so the whole idea of the song with Opalite, it's man-made opal. That's why she said, "I didn't met someone like you before." She said, "I haven't made someone like you before." It's because she's finally gotten to a point in her life where you have to, as she says, make your own happiness. You know, she says,
Mhm,
"Make your own sunshine" in the lyrics, where it's like you have to actively choose someone and choose to be happy and choose to make something work.
mhm,
You see a lot of instances of people, of guys especially, trying to, um, you know, turn women, or even, I'm sorry, women do this too to men, turn women or men into their own version of what they think an ideal spouse or partner will be.
mhm,
And rather than just, accepting them for the cracks and the flaws of what they are and
mhm,
choosing to love them regardless. And so she's basically saying like, if you put like opal in water and you can see where the cracks and stuff are and how it's really beautiful and it shines with light and stuff. It's just it just it's just a song about choosing
mhm.
um choosing to be happy. And I think that's actually a really beautiful message.
I think it's cute too because
Yeah.
it's also about being loyal when things are
Hmm.
hard and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
really like it. It's very romantic. I just liked it.
Yeah.
So I think for me, as far as like what I felt like lyrically, to me, the sister album to this was probably Red because it starts out where she's like, I have all these exes that my brother says I'm eating out of the trash, or like I can't get over the past. It's kind of that little bit of sad of
Yeah.
Red, but then it has that starlight too. Or so to me, that's kind of where I went with it lyrically, at least. But
Yeah.
sonically, I don't even know. I don't even know. It seems different to me sonically, but yeah, that's where
Starlight
I
is
went
a
with
good
it.
comparison. I do think I had that
Yeah.
point of view. Yeah, I think I think sonically and lyrically, it is kind of like that song.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
right. Red. I think I had that thought a while back. And just
Mhm.
just came back to me now. Um, yeah, but yeah, very cute song. It's gonna be a fan favorite, especially the tater tots.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's meant to.
absolutely.
That song did a much better job of being for kids than me did.
Than me, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. I agree
yeah.
with that.
And interesting to note, the first three songs don't have swear words in them.
Oh, that is interesting.
And I think that she did that purposely because those three songs are going to be likely the three first singles.
Okay.
Unless she decides to pull a wish list just because she can't help herself. Which I personally love wish list, but like even I know that's a top five, not a top three.
That's funny.
Yeah. She can't
All
stop
right.
talking about it.
I know. That
Yeah.
one is the real
She's just like,
canceling
I want
one.
to have his baby. That's really,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I guess we'll
Um,
get into father
Father
figure.
figure. Yeah. I actually love this
Mhm.
song. I listened to it like 10 times today.
I think it's I think it's similar to Elizabeth Taylor, where it's
Hmm.
one of her best ever.
Yeah.
Like, and I think those two in particular, they're kind of like you look at her writing as a whole and it's up. Like they're
Yes.
very well written, very good, very interesting, visual, all of it, very
Yeah.
deep. Like I really it wasn't one that I immediately resonated with, but then I kind of did later.
Yeah.
Which I guess, we can talk about our theories about it or whatever, but
Has one of
basically,
the best melodic bridges.
yeah. I love
Her
the
voice.
lyrics too.
Yes.
It's just so, mysterious. I don't know. It's sinister, but in like an actually scary way. Like I
Mhm.
do agree with Swiftologists when they said that. It's actually scary.
Yes.
It's not like cheesy scary like Reputation.
Well, that's why, like, here's the thing: is like
Yeah.
everybody would say, like, "Oh, Reputation," because of what of the supposed oh my god, sinisterness. But actually, if we just like jump right into comparisons, it's an Evermore song.
Mhm. I
I
think
mean,
so.
yeah,
I agree with
yeah,
that because I
No
think
body, no
it's
crime.
yeah, it's kind of nobody, no criming it, and it's
Yeah.
that lyrical excellence
Yes.
where I feel like it's kind of similar to that one, and it has that little touch of Scorpio. I still think this song is like very Capricorn though, as far as
Yeah.
astrology. It's super Cap, but there's like Capricorn with a little bit of that Scorpio edge of
Oh, for
like,
sure.
you betrayed me and I'm getting you back. And that's kind of the
Yes.
Scorpio side. But everything else is like, I'm paying for everything. I'm in charge. I'm
Hmm.
the boss, blah, blah, blah. That's all Capricorn. And that's her.
Yes,
And
exactly. And it's
yeah.
interesting because she at first people thought it would like it's she's kind of been confusing with the lyrical intentions of it. At first she was like there's two characters in the song. So people mistook that to be that in the third verse that's where it changed perspective. But
Mhm,
she some recent things that she said it seems like the perspective does not change. And that it's almost like so it's like the same character throughout, but so that means that she's the one who's saying like I'm it sounds like she takes on the protege and the protege tries to betray her.
mhm. And she cuts it off.
I
And
know.
I think it's about Joe.
It could be. It could
Uh-huh.
be.
It
Could be
could.
about a lot of things.
I think that there's probably an amalgamation for sure, but I
Yeah.
think the main one is probably Joe because I think
Yeah.
that's the most personal betrayal to her
Yeah.
of any of them. I do think that Scott was a huge betrayal,
Yeah.
and I totally agree. Like, My Tears Ricochet is totally about Scott,
Mhm.
but this I think is actually about Joe because I think she took
Yeah.
him on as a project, which is you should never do that, but I do
No.
think that she did do that. And I think that it went really badly. And I also have an experience of being or feeling at least like an ex's father figure as the feminine girly pop. It's really
Yeah.
hard. And I'm sure it was just as hard for Taylor, and they don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
So the song
Yeah.
is also kind of a warning, I think, to a lot of
Yeah.
women too. Don't do
Oh,
that
for sure.
because guys don't appreciate it. They don't
Oh,
appreciate
for
you.
sure. Well, that's why a lot
Mm-mm.
of people were saying at first that like it's Scott Borchetta singing the song, basically that she's writing for his point of view. But I really do think that she's turned it on her head, and because she made him as much as he tried to claim he
Mhm.
made her. She was like the
Absolutely.
first person he signed on to his record company, and it would be nothing without her.
Oh,
And
of
that's
course.
why that's why it's like you know you think it's from his point of view, but at the same time, who had the money in that real life relationship? It was Taylor's dad who had the money.
Mhm.
He was the investor, you know?
Mhm.
And so it's almost like it kind of is throwing this narrative on the head that she like on his head that he wants to say that he was the kingmaker. And it's like Taylor's like, no, we used you because you had the resources, but we were the kingmakers, you know?
Mhm.
And like this empire belongs to me.
Mhm.
And so she reclaimed it. So I do think it is twofold. I do think, but she does that all the time where she takes,
Mhm. She
different things,
does.
different stories, and she puts them together and she kind of like makes it work.
Mhm.
Different things inspire her at different times. And I'm sure when it comes to Joe, um, like she was probably she was so exhausted from trying to write
Mhm.
around the breakup in Midnights and all the songs that came out after Midnights
Mhm.
um before Torture Poets. But the and she only got like one or two songs in on him for Torture Poets, like go like, what was it? Was it So Long London?
Mhm.
I feel like she wanted one. I feel like her relationship with Travis is so good that she's probably like looking back on it. I can't believe that I put up with that kind of
Mhm.
mentality, you know?
Oh, she's also it's the song that is the ritualistic sacrifice of the ex, which I know it's bad to say, but it is for Travis as well. This
Yeah.
album is for Travis. Like, I think
Yeah.
we need to be clear about that. And I think every song on here is for him. And that's what it is too. I'm
Hmm.
sure she talks to him about it and she goes, Joe is trash.
Yeah.
And he
Definitely.
was. And
He
she's
was.
not even lying. She's
She's not.
telling the truth.
What has he done since her?
He's a flop.
He's a flop.
The
Yeah.
flop millennial,
And all
which,
the roles that he
yeah.
had prior to their breakup were starring alongside Emma Stone, one of her best friends, because her friends were doing him a favor.
Yes, and she was trying to teach him the ways and all this. That's all the stuff
Yeah,
she says in the songs. But I think in
exactly.
the end, it is kind of the I'm the shit. you guys suck. And I think she's saying it to Joe and Scott. Like, you guys don't
Yeah.
do anything without me. I'm the one who did it. You betrayed me and you're thrown out and the card is canceled and you're out. And
Yes.
I continued. And I think, especially, I really think it is mostly about Joe because I think it's very personal. It's a
Yeah.
very personal song, like to a point where it's like, whoa, to me, anyways. But I think she's saying, like, I fucking thrived without you, Joe.
Mhm.
I soared to new heights. I literally became a fucking millionaire without you. And
Yeah.
you are the same, if not worse. I was better than you. And she basically just shits all over him, basically. And then
Yeah.
she probably told Travis, like, he's trash and you're amazing. And
Mhm.
it's true. As
Yeah.
far as her experience, again, you guys know my thoughts on Travis. I've said
Yeah.
him a lot. I don't hate Travis anymore, though. I've become Travis neutral, which is a huge step for me, by the way.
Yeah.
But I still think he's a narcissist, but he's the
Yeah.
most benevolent type of narcissist you could.
Yeah, he's a benevolent narcissist. Alex and I have this joke all the time that his narcissistic fuel is just making Taylor Swift happy because the happier that she is, the more his narcissism is
Yeah.
like fulfilled. And I was like,
Yes.
well, that's the best case scenario.
Yes. And because he is a narcissist, then the whole album has to be about him. So that's part of it. But it's not,
Mhm.
I don't think it's like in an oppressive way. It's more so like she does love him and she wants to please him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I think.
And
But
she's always done that anyways. It's like that is the
yeah,
way that
that's
she want
true.
as Taylor Swift is a toxic empath, and we say that lovingly, Taylor Swift, in case you ever watch this. We just say
Right.
like it's she does have an obsessive need to please. And so if she can please him and he's happy by being pleased, she's happy.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
so even though you have a narcissist and a toxic empath together, it's like as long as neither is hurting each other,
Yeah,
it's
then it's
fine.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah,
Um
so yeah, I
Yeah, I
guess
was gonna
that's
say
it for
really
that one.
quick,
Oh,
my
mhm.
cognitive behavior analyst friend did an analysis of like he didn't listen to the album, but just the concept of the album that he's heard through the interwebs. And basically he said that what Taylor Swift is doing is a very interesting exercise in sexual competition where she is demonstrating in this album the sexual prowess of her current partner while simultaneously putting down her other partners. And
Mhm.
even if she's not directly saying it, the implication of he's so amazing automatically takes a swipe at every other man that she's
Yeah,
dated,
it's true.
which is what a current partner prefers.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I think so, and I think that this track is I call it the ritualistic sacrifice of
Yeah.
that's what it is, and
Yeah.
it was very well executed, and she used her best lyrics, some of her best ever to do it, and that does say quite a lot because you to write that well, to take somebody down, you have to really hate the person. And I think she does. But I think she's also had so much time to think about it. And so she was able to get it all done in one song, which I like that.
Yeah.
Because now she's
Yeah.
done. She doesn't ever have to think
Yeah.
about him again. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been thinking about it since what was it, 2021 when she like originally wrote
Hmm.
Stopped or Losing Me.
Hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. So
Like,
I
oh
felt
yeah, you're
like it
losing me,
was a
yeah.
huge like closing of the
Yeah.
book of Joe,
Mhm.
which I loved it. And it slammed it. And it was great. So
'Cause
I
we don't
loved
like
it.
Joe. We're not Joe widows over here. We don't like
No.
losers.
I don't I never really cared, and then
Yeah.
now I'm like, "Oh, okay, he was the one who was stifling her," because she
Yes.
did so well after him, so
Oh my gosh, yes.
anyways.
Okay, next song. This one's very controversial. This is where people are first like or just
Ooh.
don't get it, and it's Eldest Daughter. And even Taylor herself came out and said what we knew all along with Daughter is that the opening verse is supposed to be satirical.
Mhm,
And we got that right away
mhm.
because we're millennials.
Yes. Yeah, Eldest Daughter, the only criticism I have of it is I don't
Mhm.
like the title. It
No.
sets a bad expectation.
Yes.
I think she could've I mean, honestly, she almost coulda called it almost anything else, and it would've been better than that,
Yeah.
because people hear eldest daughter, and they have, like, an identification with it. They're like, "I am an eldest daughter. I wanna hear what she has to say about it." Even, like, Swiftologist, when he was
Yeah.
criticizing it, he's like, "I wanna know, what is it about being an eldest daughter?" It's not about an eldest daughter. It's about,
No.
"I love you, Travis." That's what it's
Yeah.
about.
Exactly. Well, it's like she's the character of the eldest daughter falling in love with
Yes.
the youngest son. youngest child.
Yes.
Like that's and so you're right. It is poorly titled.
Yeah.
And but the thing is, when I listened to the song even the first time, I was like, oh, I got it, right? Because I actually
Mhm.
like listened to the lyrics, and then I went on. People are still like, oh, I'm an Alice daughter. I don't identify with the song. I was like, okay, but did you listen to the song?
Yeah.
Because then you would understand that it's different
Yeah.
than like what were you? I People are so lyrically illiterate
Yeah, they
where
are.
they don't understand. They're really bad with metaphors.
Yeah.
They're
Which
really bad with
it
satire.
is the metaphor, but it's also
Yeah,
I understand criticism of this
yeah,
song. I think it's valid. I think the lyrics are really corny. They are. Like, they
yeah,
just are. Let's be real about it. But I think at the end of the day, what the song is about and what it represents, it's about an avoidant girly, aka
yes,
Taylor Swift, no longer being avoidant, which is a huge deal in an avoidant
yes,
person's life. It's very scary. I've been going through it myself. I have somebody on my mind that I've been working with my own avoidance
yes.
with. And so when I finally, it didn't take me that long to understand it, but I think I was guarded. And then the cheesiness of the lyrics, like I literally told you, I was like, I don't think I want it to be any different than it was because I don't think I would have. I literally had like a spiritual experience with the song because the cheesiness and gayness of the lyrics, it disarmed me.
Yeah.
And then it went really deep. And then when you get to the bridge, it's like, whoa, oh my gosh. And it like hit my soul. And I literally like cried over the song for like 3 days. And I had like a
Oh,
whole episode. And I think to me, it was just, there are very
yeah.
few, where I actually can look up to Taylor Swift. I
Mhm.
do in terms of her work all the time, in terms of the Eras Tour, what she's accomplished, that type of stuff. Her public, the way she handles the public, absolutely, except with that horrific endorsement. And I am going to say that that
Yeah.
was horrible. That was a huge flop. But anyways, in regard to everything else, pretty much, and over the years of her career, that's something I've always looked up to her for. This, however, was one of the first times I've looked up to her for something personal. And that is a huge
Yeah.
praise.
Yeah.
If you ever watch this, Taylor, which we allege,
We
because
always
I feel
joke.
like she watches everything. If you do, that is huge praise coming from me. It's
Yeah.
huge because I never look up to her for personal stuff, but it was like a huge growth moment for her. And it canceled out some of my Travis hate because I'm like, he and gave her the stability for that.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. It's really, I don't want to cry on this because I'm stone cold in public, but
Oh, no.
it was really special in that sense. And we understood why it was track 5. I got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I
we
was like, oh
did.
yeah. And it's I love you, Travis. That's what it is.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, and I loved the line of when I said I didn't believe in marriage, that was a
Yeah.
lie. And I wonder, my only question about that line is who is she talking to? Because is she talking to Travis there when they first started dating? Did she say that and he just like didn't believe her? He called her on her BS or something. Because or is that something she said to previous guys in the past? Like
Mhm.
I have no doubt that she said that to her father and her mother when they were asking her, why hasn't
She
Joe asked you to marry you yet?
She also said it in the Lover era a little bit with "You need to calm down," or, like, she kind of alluded to it in the video, which I know I'm sorry to bring that up, but it was because it was a dark moment for me.
I don't
Uh,
remember that.
it was, like, it was like, "I'm my own rich husband," or something like that, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
it was bad,
I'm a
that
rich man. I'm a rich man.
I'm
Yes.
a rich man, yeah, it was horrible,
The share
and then
quote. Yeah.
she was like, "Da, da, da." I can't stand that video. I hated that song. That was horrible.
Yeah.
You want to talk about lyrical regression? Let's talk about "You Need to Calm Down." Like, no. And I survived it as a Swiftie. So I'm like, these
Huh.
Gen Z Swifties, they need to shut up and let the avoidant millennial girlies have eldest daughter, eldest
Yes.
millennial. It should have been
Yeah.
anything
It
else. It should have
definitely.
been called compatibility chart. It could have been called it's
Well,
very millennial cringe because
it's very
that's how
interesting because
she
like
used compatibility. Mhm.
because you would imagine that your average narcissist might be like an anxious attachment person. I wonder if
Mhm.
Travis is just so narc that he's like secure attachment, and so it was very easy for him to like just accept her avoidance. Says, "I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna show up at your show," and it's like,
Or
and
maybe
it, yeah.
he could be anxious too. You
Oh,
don't know, but he just worked for it. He
Yeah.
worked for it and worked for it. And that can happen too. And he
Mhm.
did not give up. And he got her.
Yeah.
You know, she liked him that much. And I could see in their podcast together, he really works to get her to like him
Yeah.
a lot. And she does. She's super into him, you know. So it's like he put that effort in, and he got her, you know. And I think Joe, was another avoidant. So they were kind of two avoidants together, which that went about as well as it could have went.
Yeah. And I mean, and to be
But
fair,
yeah,
like who knows how much of an avoidant she was prior to getting with Joe.
I think that she was an avoidant
Mhm.
just because of certain lyrics. She she was because of her parents' divorce. I think it's like a very
Um,
specific thing. But I think also like she's you know, I don't know, this is so gay to say, but I mean it's on Eldest Daughter. This is the gayest song ever.
yeah.
She's a Sag, so it's like Sagittarius has struggled with commitment. And she
Yeah.
never struggled with career commitment, but she did struggle with relationship commitment. And she tried with Joe, but I think it's like he was avoidant, so she didn't ever have to actually commit. Like if she
Yeah.
actually marries Travis, then she's fully committed. And then I'm like, okay, girl, like you've done it. You know what I mean? But I think
I hope
she
she
will.
does.
I have a feeling she's going to.
She's already
Yeah.
inviting people to the wedding and she's showing everyone her
Yeah.
wedding, like her engagement
She's
ring. Like
going
she's
to.
clearly she's she's not like being shy about it, which is what you would
Yeah.
see for an avoidant person.
Mhm.
Like it just compare that to every time she
She's
talks about
healed.
Joe. She would not
Mhm.
say my boyfriend Joe, she would say my partner of 6 years.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh,
I know it's gross and
that
very
is gross.
impersonal.
Yeah. It's awful.
Yeah. And now
But
she's like
yeah,
my
so
my fiance Travis.
yeah. And I think this song showed me she healed. It's like a
Yeah.
healing journey song.
Yeah.
And it's kind of deep, but lyrically, it's cheesy as hell. I mean,
Yeah.
I get the hate. And if it's a very specific type of person that can understand it, and that's okay. This is a deep cut. Do not make this a single Taylor. Like you would regret it for the rest of your
Yeah.
life. Please do not Taylor. It is not a single. The bridge, however, is completely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I think it's even made even more gorgeous because of the cheesy lyrics in the beginning of the song. So I like it personally, but I understand why people don't. I guess that's
Yeah.
my thing. What is your take overall?
I mean, I think it's definitely cornball, but
Mhm.
I think I understood the message behind it all and the purpose of the cornball lyrics. I think the "And We Were Fire" one was the worst one. That one could have been done better. If she just fixed that one, people would not be making fun of it as much. And that's a failure of what
'Cause
happens when you
I'm not a bad bitch.
well, because even the clean version's better. She's like, "I'm not the baddest." That sounds so much better. But the I'm saying this is what happens when your two co-writers are Swedish and they can't like
Mm,
correct. They're just going by, yeah, that fits in the melody, and they're not saying, "Ooh."
yeah. I mean, I told you I wouldn't change it for the world because the lyrics, the bad lyrics disarmed me.
Yeah,
So it worked. I don't know. Maybe that's what she was going for. If it was, it worked. It
yeah,
worked because I was pretty guarded. And then I heard it and I was like, so, but anyways, the vibe that I had album wise, to me, this one was more fearlessy.
it definitely is fearless
Yeah.
because I'm not a bad bitch, and I this isn't Savage is literally like White Horse, which is the fifth track on
Mhm.
Fearless with like I'm not a princess to stay in a fairy tale.
Yeah.
It's a
And
one to
then the
one.
kind of like when she goes into that bridge, I just think of like, can you feel this? You know, it's that
Yeah,
kind of vibe of like, today was a fairy tale. It's like very young. And she even says like when we were young and all that stuff.
mhm,
Like, so to me,
yeah.
it was fearlessy lyrically anyway.
Yeah. Well, she makes so many comparisons to I mean, like, just go back to to Torture Poets, because sometimes I say TTPD. I don't want people to like be confused. Where she's, I feel so high school, or
Mhm.
in this song where she's singing about he reminds her of childhood. Like he makes her feel young, is what she's
Mhm.
saying, and that is how you
Beautiful.
want someone to make you
Mhm.
feel in a relationship.
Gorgeous.
I know it's so good.
I know.
I want it.
So what did you think it sounded like a sister album wise? I'm
Oh, I said
curious.
fearless
Oh,
as well.
you
Yeah,
agree. Okay.
yeah. I said it's like
Interesting.
I said there's that direct lyrical comparison to White
Mhm.
Horse.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, the next one. Ooh, this one. This one
Ruin
sounds
the
like Final
friendship.
Fantasy VII.
I
I
don't get
literally,
that.
it's like do 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 do. I don't know what part of Final Fantasy VII that is. I think it's like when they're in the slums or something in the beginning of the game.
Maybe. I'd have to go back and listen. I literally have the sheet music to Final Fantasy VII, like,
That's hilarious.
right over here. Like,
I mean,
literally
it's not exactly the same, but that's what it gave me. Like the
this.
actual bass line. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The bass line of it gave me that. And I was like, okay, it's not bad. I mean, obviously, but it was just funny to me when I heard it.
I kind of want to like, was he like, is there a slum song in here?
It's the one where they're in the slums, like in the very
Yeah.
beginning of the game,
Oh, the
I think.
Cool. That's a Chocobo song, Final Fantasy main theme. It's all in Japanese, so I'm trying to like remember like which one is which.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. Chocobo song. I can read Japanese, guys, but it takes me a second. I don't think they have a slum song on here.
Oh.
That's too bad. They have Tifa's theme and they have Eris's theme, but yeah. Sorry.
Well, anyways, so
we're music experts, guys.
Yes. No, but I guess I can start with the sister album. I think for me, this one was, to me, it was kind of folk. This is where I saw the folklore. And I kind of saw it like Invisible Stringy, like that side of folklore, where it's that kind of lyricism. Because to me, folklore and Evermore, they're very dark. They're very dark albums. And this is a dark song, but it sounds so like happy. But it also, to me, gave a little bit of that, The One and Invisible String. It's kind of like, to me, their love child lyrically. Yeah. It's beautiful, though. I love it. What did you think? I'm curious about what you thought similar album-wise.
I mean, to me, it's a sequel song to Forever Winter from Fearless.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like but definitely looking back on it. So I do think it makes sense because if you're going with, of looking back on high school, which is basically with Eldest Daughter's connected to White Horse, and she's talking about, those two songs are very interlinked. It does make sense that the song that is a direct response to Eldest Daughter, like the reason why Ruined the Friendship comes right after Eldest Daughter is because she's just like, this is why I've made the choice to no longer be avoidant. It's like she's just the Eldest Daughter is about getting over avoidance, but Ruin the Friendship is about making the choice to do so. And she's looking back on that. I didn't take the risk,
That's
and
such a good point.
Yeah. And then and she's saying, one of the final lines of the song is, my advice is answer the question. And I think that's actually great advice. It's just saying, just go for it, because millennials are avoidant. Millennials are risk averse, or they're anxious, risk averse. They're both together. And she's saying, guys, this is why I decided to go for it with Travis, because it was kind of a weird thing. He talked about it on a podcast, and she's like, I'm going to go for it just to see, because I don't want to
answer the question.
I don't want to answer the question. And at midnight, she had a big question. At midnight, she answered that question too. And she's like, tortured poets was the answer to the question. but
yes,
yeah, but there's a lot of there.
I think it's beautiful. I think the melodies are great. I think it's catchy. It's just sad. It made me cry when I first heard it, because I was like, oh my God, that's so sad. And yeah, other than that, I mean, sometimes there's less to say if it's just good. I mean, I liked it.
Oh yeah, it's very simple. I also think lyrically, it does sound like it could be on folklore. Sonically, no.
Sonically, no.
Sonically, no, not at all. But lyrically, it definitely it does feel like it could be on folklore. It has that kind of vibe to it, the high school vibe. That's how she wrote when she was that age, which I think is very interesting. She was able to recapture that so well, probably because Travis makes her feel so high school.
True.
And people are all like, I can't believe that she's writing about some other guy that she was into in high school when she's engaged to Travis Kelce. I was like, do you guys not understand the point of the song? She's saying this guy who had a crush on who died, I regret not going for it. And so I decided I was not going to live my life in fear anymore. Like,
also,
people,
too, he's not a threat because he's dead.
Exactly.
So it's like, she's honoring him, but she's also saying, I never made the connection until you told me.
Yeah.
That's why I chose to leap with Travis, is because of that experience. Travis would love that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I think
You know,
most guys would love that.
and also he's not gonna be threatened by some guy she never even kissed
No,
in
and
high
that's
school.
dead.
Yeah, and that's dead. And so people are just like, people are so they just want to hate on her for no reason. Like, if you want to hate on Taylor Swift for like a legitimate reason, like go ahead. But
Yeah,
this is not, but they picked the dumbest
I
reason.
know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons to hate her.
Yeah. And they force us to defend her for the the
I
ones that
know.
make
I
no sense.
know.
We'll
That's so
criticize you with her
true.
if you're actually on it.
There's a lot of reasons to love her too. I mean, obviously we do, but
Yeah.
there's plenty of criticism to go around. But yeah, no. I guess is that it for this one?
Yeah, I
You have
mean, I
anything
will
else to
say
say?
the reason why I think sonically it does just belong
Mhm,
on this album is she's never done like a 90s sound before. And there
mhm.
is kind of like an undertone of ska to this song,
I love it.
which
I
is
love
I
it.
know. I me too. When I heard it, I was like, ooh, I'm like, this is another 90s example because she just have like a 90s tone that runs through it. Early 2000s a little bit too, but there's
Mhm,
definitely as early as 1992 I could hear on this album.
mhm.
And everybody was like arguing like I grew up in the 90s and I don't hear it. Then I'm like, well, then you're bad at listening because there's it's
Yeah,
this
pretty
album
much.
has so much 90s influence on it. And and so I feel like sonically it could only be on this album. But
Mhm,
lyrically it's definitely fearless.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And maybe debut as well a little bit.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah. That kind
Definitely.
of there's not really a distinction between debut and
Yeah,
fearless.
that's kind of true
there's,
too.
there's a reason why debut was not on the Eras tour
Oh my
because it
gosh.
kind of
So
blends into the fearless era.
what's the next one?
That would be I think it's actually
Actually
romantic.
lesbian?
Where she gets really turned on by
Where
Charlie
she gets
XCX.
she's like, "Oh my gosh." So here's my thoughts immediately. If she does if did she do a clean version or she didn't?
She did. She did a clean version of
Okay.
every single song.
She should make that a single. It needs to be a
Oh
single.
yes. Oh yes. Oh
It's
yes, definitely. Make this a
brilliant
5
melodic
single
video.
album. I want the first 4 songs to have music videos. I want a music video for Actually Romantic, for Wishlist, for Honey. Like give me 8 music videos.
Yeah, I'd be good
Yeah.
with that. Totally
Yeah.
good. I love this song sonically. I think this
Yeah.
is my favorite sonically. The melodies are infectious, the music is great, the production is really good.
Yeah.
I love it. The
It
lyrics, it, I
I
just
like the
don't.
lyrics.
I mean, I think they're funny, but
Yeah.
I think to me it's a little too far when she's like, "I'm wet." I'm like, "Girl,
Well,
that's
in the
kind of grossing
clean
me out."
version, she says, sweat. It's making me
Okay,
sweat.
that's better. That's
Yes, it
better.
is better. Well, because I had this one friend, and he was just like, "It was my favorite song until she said that lyric, then I got grossed out." And I was like, "Well, good news,
There is
buddy.
a clean
There's
version,
a clean
yeah.
version where she
I
says
mean,
sweat. Listen to that one."
I will still listen to that version because I'm Scorpio rising and I just have to be it's
Yeah.
just graphic. But no, I for a single, never girl. Do not put that
Yeah.
out there as a single. That's horrible. But the clean version, absolutely.
Yes.
Because it's a beautiful song. It's just beautiful and it's shady. It'll get people to talk about it. It's one of the most talked about songs, and it was one of the most universally loved, at least
Yeah.
sonically. Even people
Well,
that hated the album were praising it.
speaking of like so 90s, early 2000s, it's right
Mhm.
in there.
It's really good.
Yeah, it reminds you like the sound that was going on at that time. It's late 90s, early 2000s. The lyrics I love. They're like here's the thing about this is that like people are like, I can't believe she wrote this as in response to Sympathy is a Knife. No, Sympathy is a Knife is not why she wrote the song.
No.
Like it is a well-known thing that Charlie XCX talks crap about people behind their backs. Taylor wasn't the first one. And
Mhm.
ironically, she tends to do this about women who date Maddie Healy.
No,
I know. This
that's
is like the
weird.
third time she's done it. And so when she high-fived her ex, we know Taylor is talking about Maddie Healy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so Taylor's talking about like, no, you did this stuff behind the scenes. The song is enough. The song is enough to be like, oh, okay. But it's the stuff behind the scenes that pushed Taylor over the edge. And
Yeah.
she's like, if you want a stand war, we'll have a stand war.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I'll yeah.
I think the other thing too is I think there's a lot of nuance to their
Yeah.
relationship. It's very like toxic 3-4 dynamics,
Yeah.
very toxic. I think Charlie she's an introvert that so wishes she was extroverted. Like, I've never known somebody who's as much of a self-hating introvert as her. She
Yeah.
really hates, other than Olivia Rodrigo, she's up there too, actually. That's another one, which that's super shady, but it's true.
Well, they're the
Olivia
same
really
type.
wishes.
They're four-way
Yeah.
breeze.
Olivia really wishes she was extroverted too. And then she
Yes.
also has an issue with Taylor, but it makes sense because she is extroverted and
Yes.
they're never going to be her. They
No.
never are. For me, I'm totally good with being my own version of the introverted version of what she
Yeah.
does. You know, like I said, I'm the Virgo to her Capricorn. Like, I'm good with that. I'm
Mhm.
Alphaba, have my strong 5 wing. I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
ready to just get on the dance floor and be all weird. I don't care. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm good with being alphabet. Like, I don't care. I'm introvert cringe. I don't really give a crap about it. But Charlie hates it. And I think for Taylor, I think Taylor was just surprised that
Mhm.
it was that deep. And I think she probably felt that way about Olivia too, but Olivia is young. So it's like you can kind of dismiss it and be like, well, she's really young. But Charlie isn't. So I think she felt like it's okay to attack Charlie because Charlie's 33. Charlie's my age.
Yeah.
Charlie should know better. So I think Sympathy is a Knife. I don't view it as a innocent song. I think, you know, she wishes for Taylor to break up with Maddie. That's not innocent. That's you're asking for something. And
Yeah.
for them to be like, it's her complex feelings, da, da, da. Sure, sure. But it's just about her feelings. She's not considering who she's talking about.
No.
And
Yeah.
therefore, Taylor doesn't require she doesn't need to consider singing about Charlie. You know what I'm
No.
saying? She's mirroring her, which,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
that's
also,
how I view it.
I really don't think Taylor would have written a response song though if Charlie wasn't saying crap about her behind the
Mhm,
scenes.
absolutely. I think it's
Yeah.
also personal,
Yeah.
100%. It's not even just the song, but I'm saying that using the song as a defense, it
Yeah.
doesn't work. It's
No.
not innocent. And then some of the stuff
Exactly.
that Charlie did, like with the weird bloody bracelets and all that, that's just horrible. So I think
Yeah.
that was enough for Taylor to be like, okay, bitch is getting slapped, basically. So
Yeah.
she did it. But I think
Well,
she did it beautifully and it needs to be a single.
well, especially since Taylor Swift from the beginning has said that the friendship bracelet thing, even though it was a lyric that she wrote, it was not something at all that
Yeah.
she instigated. That's actually a fan thing.
Mhm.
And so when Charlie did that, in her head, maybe she thought she was attacking Taylor Swift, but in
She's talking her
Taylor's head,
fans.
it was attacking her fans. And Taylor to the fans that she likes, she loves them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think either one of us are like Charlie haters. I'm not a Charlie
No.
hater.
We saw Charlie. You're
I
literally wearing a brat
yeah,
shirt right now.
I know. I loved the concert. I
Yeah.
loved the album. I love Sympathy as a Knife. I
Yeah.
totally relate to it. I'm a 4. I totally get it.
Yeah.
But I also understand as a 4 that if I have a feeling or I put something out there, there's going to be a reaction sometimes.
Yeah.
And especially if things get very personal, which I think they did. And Taylor, she's a snake. Like, if you strike her, she will bite back. You know, she's tough. She's tough as nails. But I think at the end of the day, I don't think that Taylor hates Charlie. I
Yeah.
think making this song is probably one of, in reality, in show business, which again, this does tie into the theme as well. Having a diss track written about you is one of the best things that can happen for your career. She really helped Charlie. She's keeping Charlie relevant. She helped her out anyways because she had her on her tour. So I don't think she even hates her, but I think Charlie is not going to see that. I think she's going to just have an emotional reaction, but I see it outside of it. And I'm like, oh no, she's still
Yeah.
helping you to this day. She does. I think she
Yeah.
even likes Charlie. She might even like her in a
A little bit
lesbian
more.
way, to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
honest.
Uh,
But
we say that
not
cunningly.
let's not get the Gaylor
Yeah.
started. But
Yeah. It's not in the Gaylor way that we say it. We say it in
I say
the,
I'm a biler.
yeah.
So I think she is bi, but she's chosen Travis. Travis is that's
Yeah.
it. She's into him.
Yeah.
I'm not questioning that whatsoever. But I do think she may have had a fantasy about Charlie once.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
That's,
saying.
Women are fluid. I'll just say it that way. Anyways, the let's see, next. Oh no, the next one, because I want to say something else I wanted to say about this. Don't think that we're just taking Taylor's side on this because we're Taylor stands
Yeah,
more than Charlie stands. Because if you look at Bad Blood, we could definitely say Taylor went
yeah,
overboard going after Katy Perry
yes,
there
that
for
was
like
wrong.
no good reason.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Katy Perry had every right to want to
yes.
clap back about it. It's just too bad Katy Perry wasn't very good about clapping back.
Yeah, that was kind of cringe. But yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
And we've criticized Taylor plenty. I mean, look at our other mean streams. Like I've criticized her massively, so don't even. But with I think the sister album, I guess, to this one, to me, this one was Speak Now-ish lyrically, or at least because it was kind of like Better Than Revenge, a little bit of Mean. So I kind of saw that connection for that. But yeah, let's go to the
Okay. Well,
next.
we have to talk about what the song reminds us of, album wise.
Yeah, mine it's
Oh, I
Speak
missed
Now.
it. Oh, Speak Now. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay. For me, actually, well, Vibes would be 1989 because of Bad
yeah,
Blood. Actually,
that's
Romantic,
true.
it is, gosh, it's another like era all of its own.
Yeah, it's good.
Um, I don't know. Other just vibes wise is 1989. That's all I can
I can
really
see
go
that.
on. Yeah.
For me, it's Mean and Better Than Revenge.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
where I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Better Revenge
But
does make a lot of sense because that one, because like with Bad Blood, she doesn't really go for personal details about Katy
yeah.
Perry. It's vague enough to be deniable, except when she told the story in the magazine of what it was about, everyone put it together. You know,
Yeah,
if she
that's
never
fine.
told that story, nobody
That's
would have ever
fine.
guessed it was about Katy Perry.
But yeah, I do agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you too. Vibe wise, it's there.
Yeah.
This is
But no,
public
when
view.
we said Better Than Revenge, I was like, no, actually,
No.
you're right. Whereas like she's better known for the things she does with the mattress. Charlie XCX being a cokehead, like they got
Yeah.
personal.
When the Swifties were so mad that she doesn't like drugs, and I'm like, Taylor's allowed to have one moral value. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm
Yeah.
so mean. But
I
she's
think it's
allowed to
funny
have
because
a
like
value.
Swift Doll just talked about that too. It's like, are you surprised? Like,
Yeah. I don't know. But Taylor is not even like the most moral person. But also
no.
too, like she's had her own issues with alcoholism. So she's
Yeah.
not whatever. People are stupid. Anyways, okay, what's the next one?
That would be Wish List with
Oh,
$2
you
signs.
mean MAGA list? You
Trad
mean
list.
trad wife list? You mean anti-feminist list?
Oh my gosh. People hate this song. The first time I listened to it, I actually cried a little bit. We got to the first chorus where have a couple kids, have the
Yeah,
whole block. I was like, that is so
it's
sweet.
cute.
That is, she is admitting to that she's embracing it.
Yeah.
I saw a baby announcement to that set to that song, and it was adorable.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. Because like it and the fact that the right is hating on her over it, I was like, guys, you should be embracing this, you know?
Or just being quiet. I
Yeah, be
think being
quiet.
quiet is good.
Yeah.
Silence is golden,
Silence
especially
is
at this
golden.
time.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well, especially
because
because the left is so unhinged about it right now. It's just like, let them do the talking.
yeah, well, to me, it's like it's not even just the left, it's like radical left. I'm like, she's not allowed to want to have a kid at 35, even by a left-wing standard. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's really like the fact that people were calling it trad wife, I'm like, she's not anywhere near that at
She's one of
all,
the richest women in the world.
which there's nothing wrong with being a trad wife anyway.
No.
So
No.
it's just you don't want to have people forced into it, which is that I
Yeah.
agree with, but there's nothing wrong with being one.
Yeah.
So it's like it was just stupid, but I think for me it was so disingenuous. Like I think it's just a way for people to score political points. It's performance. It's
Oh yeah.
theater. And I
Well,
think
for
she
some of
knew
them
that
for
it would
sure.
be.
Some of them for sure.
Yeah.
I actually do believe many of these women are just that unhinged.
Well, sure, but I think if that's the case, then it's like some kind of mental health issue at that point. But I
I
think
think there's a
like
collective mental health issue with these women. They're all in SSRIs.
perhaps
Yeah.
because I think it's weird to be that threatened by the idea of another woman you don't know wanting to have a child at 35. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's probably the most, even for Taylor being like super lib, it is one of the most milk toast things to do as a liberal woman, to like settle down at 35. Like that is not, I don't think that's radical on the left.
I can 100% relate.
Well, yeah, I mean, is she ever allowed to want that? And that's the sad part, is I think she knew she wasn't allowed to. And
Yeah.
she knew that this was coming,
Well,
which is
regardless,
crazy.
she's been singing on basically every single album since debut.
That too.
Yeah, even in Tortured Poets, like she had lyrics in there about
Yeah.
feeling betrayed by Matty Healy because he was talking about marriage and kids and then ghosted
Yeah.
her. Like she
Yeah.
even like literally in the last album she talked about it.
Yeah.
And they're
To
like,
me,
"We miss Folklore," which talked about having a baby in Folklore too.
she did.
Yeah.
She talked about it in like a toxic, avoidant way, which again,
Yeah.
avoidance makes it hard to have a kid too, because it's a heavy commitment. So I
Yeah.
think it was hard for her. I think there's a reason. There are probably many reasons why she's waited. Or she probably should have just left Joe long before, but we don't need to get into
Yeah.
that again. But I'm just saying, like, I think but she's gotten over her avoidance. So now she's like fully embracing, and she's saying it loudly and proudly and putting it out there. And I think that's really beautiful. I love it. I love it for her. I hope it happens. It probably will happen. It might even be happening now. You don't even know. She is a
Well, she
little
said she
moony,
wasn't
but
planning on touring because she was tired, but maybe it was another reason.
she's a little moony, but she could just be hypo or
Oh,
gotten
I think
work
the
done.
moody explanation of the botched Botox was
Yeah,
more likely.
but you never know.
Yeah.
That's one way to spin the narrative, Taylor.
Yeah.
Just get pregnant. No, just kidding. No, but I think it was crazy. Some of the unhinged takes of like, she's saying that women should just give up all their ambitions and just have a man's children. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, do you realize who this woman is? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then it was just dumb, but enough about
And
that.
also, they don't understand romance either because she's saying, like, look at all these worldly things. I would rather just have you to a man that's so romantic.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And it's something that a lot of women can relate to. It's something that a lot of men want to hear from their women. It's like, it's just beautiful because it's not even just about having the kids, it's about him.
Yeah.
It's like, I want you. Well, who doesn't
Yeah.
want to
I
hear
want to have
that?
your baby, not every other
Yeah,
guy's baby. I want to have your
right.
baby.
I want to have your babies. I
Yeah,
want the
that's what a
block to
guy
look
wants
like
to
you.
hear. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what a guy wants to hear. The
Yeah.
guy doesn't want to be a consolation prize or the guy that she settles for because
Mhm.
of her age or something. She's saying I've the previous song she's basically saying I've looked everywhere for the right guy and you're like it's you,
Mhm.
after all this time. Like there is a there's a neurocognitive aspect to men where they want to feel like the woman discriminated and she chose you.
Mhm. Absolutely. And I think it's beautifully done. Love the melody. It's super catchy. Even people who hate it, they're like singing it in their head and they hate it. I love that. I
Yeah.
think the Swiftologists, they called it evil pop, which I was like, whoa. But they're unhinged. I'm sorry. I don't like them. I'm a hater. Um, but anyways, no, to me, it was just, I loved it. I think it's really timely too with Jupiter and
Yeah.
Cancer. I have to
Yeah.
talk about that as a Cancerian song, a little bit Leo too. It'll work for next year.
Yeah.
It's very family oriented and cute. And it's just cute. Like my cousin, she has a baby, she's married and everything. And she was like, it's really cute. And I'm like, I feel like that's who Taylor wrote it for. Like Taylor wrote it
Yeah.
for people to be like, this is cute. And it is.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I love the bridge so much. I love it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just like it. I don't really have anything else to say
Yeah.
about it other than I like it. The only thing I can see too is sister album wise. Again, I went by lyrics, not sonically. Sonically, it
Yeah.
doesn't really fit anywhere.
Sonically, the only place it could fit would be Reputation. That's the only place, just
Yeah.
based on the beat, how the beat
Yeah.
works. That's it.
But lyrically, I put it on the anthology. So I felt
Yeah.
like it was kind of that's just kind of catch all. It's like if it doesn't fit anywhere else.
Just put it there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah. Any other thoughts on it?
One of my top 5 on the album. I love it a lot.
It's
I
really
cried
cute.
when I first heard it. So yeah. And then
Now another controversial one, right?
gosh. Wood.
I'm just gonna say this. I like it. I think it's cute. I think it's sexy. It's like very fire sex. So it's just like
Yeah.
direct, straight to the point. I love the metaphors. I love it. I
Yeah.
just love it.
I personally think it's a little gross and a little crude, but I
It is
also
crude,
don't.
but I love it.
Yeah. But that being said, it's like I think the reaction to it, people are going way overboard.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're upset that she's saying your love opened my thighs. It's like, personally, not the way I would express myself publicly, but I also like people don't understand this when I say this. But I hold art to a different standard where in order to make art, sometimes bad art, if you want to say it's bad art, the whole point is that you're trying to make things uncomfortable. Like
Mhm.
not necessarily make you uncomfortable, but you have to be willing to step into an uncomfortable situation sometimes to make art. It's
Mhm.
like a risk that you have to take each time. And are you going to take that risk or not? And so many people want to look at, especially female artists, and for whatever reason, Taylor Swift, of all people, even though she's the least offensive, and say, want to put her into a box and say, you're not allowed to take risks. You have to be a good little
Mhm.
girl in this box. And I think that's very
Mhm.
unfair to female artists. I think that's very unfair to um just art in general. You never hear them say this about male artists. I don't want to be that woman who's like, acting like a feminist, but like you don't hear them saying this about male artists who often talk about way more grotesque
Yeah.
things.
Well, I think part of why is because this is it's the anti-avoidant album. And so she's
Yeah.
basically saying like, I love you, I want to have sex with you, and I love you. I think if
Yeah.
she was just like, I just want to have sex and I just want to use you, Travis, then they'd be like, this is the best song I've ever heard in my life.
Oh
But
yeah.
because it's love and sex, they're like, "Ugh, oh my
Well, that's
gosh.
the leftists. Yeah. It's the
Yeah.
people on the right who are like, she's talking about
Oh,
sex
well,
all. And I'm like,
it's like she's come out of the hoe closet like almost 10 years ago. It's like she's been a
yeah.
hoe since 1989. So, I mean, if they don't like that she's a hoe, they didn't
Don't
like that
listen
she
to
was a
her.
hoe 10 years ago. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that's not new. So to act like it's
Well,
new that's
Well, I think
stupid.
the thing that bothers me is that they want to pretend that this is something that like I am very passionate about when it comes to like purity culture. Everyone,
Mhm.
I mean, you might know I'm a Christian, guys. I'll get religious on you, but I do think that if you want people to stop being sexually promiscuous, you need to stop making sex a taboo topic, because the way that they made it taboo in our generation caused an extreme whiplash, and then everybody became promiscuous.
Well, I think it's just I don't know. I think the whole point from a Christian perspective is not to separate sex from love, not to
Yeah.
separate sex from commitment. That's
Yeah.
essentially which even in this song, she's engaged to him and
Yeah.
she loves him. It's a guy
Mhm.
she loves that loves her that she's engaged to. And in today's mainstream culture, that's about as good as you're going to get from a Christian perspective, especially
Yeah.
from like a superstar. So I
Yeah.
think just don't say anything. She's already been a hoe.
Yeah.
I don't like her songs about cheating. I don't like them. I don't like those lyrical lines. I mean, there's some of them are great songs, like they sound great, but I don't like that she normalizes it
Oh,
in some of her
yeah.
albums. And I don't think that's cute. But I don't, if she's in a committed relationship with the guy she loves that loves her, that treats her well, it's like there's nothing wrong with that. And but to me, I am more crass
Mhm.
anyway. So again, I'm just gonna blame
I just
everything on
think
my
the
Scorpio.
backlash is completely like you could like I understand people say, "Oh, it's gross. I don't like the lyrics,"
Yeah, that's
but to
fine.
make
If it's not your
a
style. Mhm.
yeah, but to make a severe moral argument out of it, it's like you choose her to do this. Like they did the last time I saw this was with the song WAP, but that was extremely grotesque, you know?
Yeah, that was a
Um,
lot.
Yeah, that was a lot, and it was just very graphic, but it just shows you they don't pay attention to anybody else, and they wanna pile on the least offensive person and make
Yeah.
her it's like they don't help their cause at all.
I think it's just I just don't know how they could be shocked that
Yeah.
Taylor's, like, super sexual at this point. It's like it's
No.
been known. We've
She's a
been knowing.
35-year-old woman who is
Yeah, that
sexually active.
too. Yeah, so anyways, but I think for me, sister album-wise, this one was Lover to me, 'cause it's
Um,
very cheesy, maybe but, I love it.
yeah, I would say that fits lyrically and sonically.
Yeah, I think so, because
Yeah.
it's very, like,
Yeah.
which is very Lover, but it's
Yeah.
not fake, unlike but anyways,
Yeah.
that's some more Joe shade. Um, but anyways, do you have
Well,
anything
our
else to
theory with
say?
Joe was so
I think he was too estrogen-y,
too much weed. Exactly.
too much weed and alcohol.
Too much weed.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Travis has to keep in top shape to play football.
True.
So, yeah.
Very true.
Yep. And anyways, moving on to track 10, which is
I think it's canceled.
you're right. I'm sorry, I can remember for a
It's
second.
evil conservative. That's what it should have been called according to
I don't know why they
left-wing
haven't
Instagram.
they really like I'm so sorry, but the right wingers have missed another opportunity of memeing the crap out of that song and putting it
They
over top
could've.
Republican politicians. They're so focused on hating Taylor Swift that they miss every opportunity for a good joke.
I think it would have been funny as a joke. I think it's
Yeah.
also it's like I don't know, like, I'm about to counsel somebody. We're about to get into it. But freaking Swiftologist sitting here being like, when rich people are canceled, it's always for a reason. Shut the fuck up, Swiftologist. Like you cancel culturing celebrating whore.
Oh
Whore.
my goodness.
It's like you are dumb. So
You're
no,
dragging me into this. I like the Swiftologist.
I don't. So I
We
was
can hold
like,
different
no, you're
opinions.
stupid.
You see how Alex and I
So,
can hold differing opinions and we don't get
well,
mad at
of
each other?
course.
Yeah. But we're normal.
She doesn't have to be my Liz and just agree with everything I say.
She does it. Liz likes wood and Swiftologist hates it.
That was just a bitchy line. But no, I don't like I don't like what he said about it. I'm like, that's not true. And also too, like cancellation is not even political. Like you can be personally canceled, you can be canceled for so many different reasons. There's plenty of left wingers who have been canceled.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift being one of them. She's been canceled like 50 bajillion times. She's being canceled right now.
Yeah.
And so I think as a millennial too, it's kind of a millennial song where you are always going to have a cancellation as a millennial. There's
Yeah.
at least some moment where it's been this big, you're the persona non grata. It's something that I think the vast majority of millennials have experienced. And therefore, if we haven't, then our friends have. And it's ultimately a song about friendship and it's about sticking by your friends even when the weather isn't fair, which I think is a good value to promote. She's promoting loyalty, which yet again is not avoidant. I really think this is the anti-avoidant album. And I think that's why so many girls are freaking because I think they're avoidant girls. I think that's why on a psychological level, that's what it
Yeah.
is. But I like the song. I'm not ready for it. I'm too tired right now. But I feel like in 2026, I'm going to be like, like I'll be ready
Oh
then.
yeah. I can see that too. Like the thing is, I don't think it's as good as any of the canceled songs on Reputation. I think those
Mhm.
are still like I mean, I I think when it comes to like being canceled songs, I do think she does those better with Jack Antonoff. I'm just gonna say. Just because I'm gonna go back to like as much as I love Max Martin and Shellback and for their like melodic excellence, there is a sometimes like they do lyrically drop the ball. Sometimes they are lyrically brilliant because of the language issue. But sometimes there's a lyrical drop the ball. And so as much as I do like the song, it is cheesy. And I do think that
Yeah,
there
it's
is
cheesy.
yeah, there's some ways it could have been improved with a second native English speaker in the room. And And that's not any of their fault. It is what it is. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it could have been different
Mhm.
and it could have been a little bit better.
I think it is cheesy,
Yeah.
but I think it's ultimately, and I don't care because Taylor can be cheesy. Like I
Yeah.
like cheesy Taylor,
Yeah.
but it is cheesy, and I understand the criticism of it for
Yeah.
being cheesy.
Yeah.
But I think for me, I like that she's writing about loyalty,
Yeah.
and I like that she's writing about sticking by people, and I like a lot of the lyrics for that reason.
Yeah.
Where she gets a little too much is when she's like going into like the satanic narrative with it, where she has the dark evil layer. Like that song, I feel like she's been listening to me. No, I'm just kidding. Because I always talk about how satanic she is. Um, so I don't know if she watched this stream, like some of our streams, like our Eras tour review, which she did change the
The
tour,
set
and we
list
will,
to the way to, yeah,
and she did open with Cardigan on the Roof, and
I
you
did.
said that, Lisa, and we are
It was me.
claiming it because it
It
was
was
said
me.
here way before that happened. It
Oh
was,
yeah. And I'm pretty sure I said it before it was suggested by Swiftologist, but I can't confirm.
yes.
But I'm pretty sure I said it first.
You did. You said it in October of 2023. You said it Halloween. I know the day.
Okay. Well, maybe he said it before me, and I have no idea. But if he did, I
Wow.
watched it after that because it came to me in a vision
You did.
independently.
We're claiming it.
Um, yeah, we're claiming it
Absolutely.
because yeah,
Yeah, but so anyways, it's kind of that part is cheesy, but to me still I think lyrically it is Reputation
yeah,
as far as the inspo for
it
sure.
can't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
I do like the line, "Welcome to my underworld." And I
Yeah.
do like that. I do like some cheesiness to it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, there's some parts of it that I'm like, it could have been a little better
Yeah.
lyrically, but I do think melodically it's on. It's
Mhm.
very much. It reminds me of like Ursula and the Little Mermaid.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's funny and it's entertaining, but I
yeah,
understand criticism of it. Like it's not her
yeah,
best song ever or
yeah,
anything. Like, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, number 11. This one's your favorite. Oh, yeah, like we did. Okay, the Reputation. Yeah, 11. Your favorite, Honey.
So Honey was like my first favorite
Oh,
because it's just so millennial,
yeah,
which I think that's why, because it has a very like 1999, 2000 sound. It's very
yeah,
pop though, like
yeah,
it's like pure pop and it's really cute. I love her melodies in it.
yeah,
I love the rhythm, especially. Like I think it's one of her strongest rhythmic lyricism moments
yeah,
she's had. We may make a dun, 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 dun. It's
yeah,
so good. So good, like
yeah,
top tier. And I think it's really cute. It's like adorable. Like the lyrics are really, really cute.
yeah.
I do like the OG. I know you like the clean one. I like the bitch in it though. I
Yeah,
do.
I like chick. I think chick sounds better coming off the tongue. It's not even like a curse word issue. It's just like
Mhm.
I just think the
Like
word
the way it
chick.
sounds.
Yeah, it sounds good in the song. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my own personal preference. There's nothing wrong with. I don't think there's
Yeah.
any. Yeah,
I
but
like a little bit of that punch to
yeah,
it. So I do like it,
yeah. To me, it's
but
more of a
yeah.
sonic punch. It's a chick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I get what
makes
you're saying.
sense.
Hmm.
No, and like I told you, weirdly enough, I prefer the clean version of Mad Woman because I feel
Yeah,
like it's more angry when she
yeah,
doesn't cuss, which I love it. So
yeah.
I think sometimes we just, people have different views on
Preferences.
that.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
but anyways, I just yeah, it was an instant favorite. My cousin as well, I talked to her about it today. She's like, I really like Honey. I
Yeah.
think it's something it just speaks to millennial girlies.
Hmm.
I think it's just the vibe, the feeling, her bridge, like that feeling of like especially when she was like, when I'm called being called up late, like what are you wearing? And you're too high to remember it.
Yeah.
I've experienced stuff like that before. And it's like, I'm like, damn, Taylor, like
Yeah.
fuck. But it's like,
Everyone's gotten like a drunk text, and you're like,
yeah, or
or a
it's
high
that kind
text.
of it's very universal in a way
Yeah.
that I think, at least for our generation, that I would love for it to be a single. I don't know if she will, but I would love it if it was.
Yeah.
Just because I think it's just good. I think
She
it's a really good
probably
song.
would do like a montage music video single that signal like to signify the end of an
Mhm,
era, right?
mhm.
Which is what she
That would
typically
work.
does. And so it'd be like her and like a mashup of like Travis videos,
That'd be funny.
but still be a
But
single on the radio.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I think it should be. I think it's just again, I think this is one of her top songs in
Yeah.
general. Like, I think for what it is and for
It's
how
also
well it was written. Mhm.
it's also subtly sexy. Like there is
Mhm.
parts in the song where she's talking about sex, but it doesn't sound explicit.
Mhm.
It's actually
It's clever.
it's much cleverer than what.
Yeah. I do like the directness of Wood, though, I
Yeah.
do. But I do like the subtleness of Honey, too, and
Yeah.
it's to me, Honey is also lyric like, Honey is she burned down the Lever house, and then now she has the Honey house.
Yeah.
It's like, "Fuck all that noise, this is where I live now," and it's beautiful. It's very homey feeling, too.
Yeah.
But as far as the sister album, I actually took this to Midnights, which that's kind of crazy, but I feel like this is what Midnights was
No,
trying to be.
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think at the first one I brought up, it was like the equivalent of the Sweet Nothings, but even sonically, it could fit on Midnights.
Mhm.
It would be the most upbeat song on
It
Midnights, like
would
other
yeah,
than Bejeweled, but like,
the best song on Midnights.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you listen to like Sweet Nothing, it
Yeah.
sounds like a love song at first, but it's more like I'm tiptoeing around your temperamental personality. Like that's what it
Yeah.
sounds like when she's singing it. Versus Lenny's like, you can call me honey because I know that you mean it because you actually love me. Like that's
Ugh,
the attitude change between
I
those two
know.
songs. It's insane. It's literally Midnight Rain and Sunshine.
Yeah. And it's just so I think it's like I said, I think it's what Midnights should have been,
Yes.
basically.
Yeah.
It's Midnights fulfilled.
Yes.
And I love it, and I think, especially for me, it was very karmic because I hated Midnight so much, but it was like, "I'm gonna give you your instant favorite, and it's gonna be midnightsy, but you're gonna love it," and she did it,
Yeah. She
so I'm
did. She
happy
did
with
great.
her.
She redeemed herself with you so
She
much this
did.
album.
She
Yeah.
really did. I really am happy, which
Yeah.
I am not easy to please, so she did good. I don't care what the freaking haters say, I don't care what they say, it's a good album.
Yeah, for sure. Um, and then the last song is probably the one that I've listened to the least, not because it's bad, just because it's like not my vibe at the moment, but I
Mhm,
don't think it's a bad song, and it's The Life of a Showgirl, featuring Sabrina
mhm.
Carpenter.
I think that it's for me, because I just kind of did all of the albums, this one to me was debut just because it had
Mm,
that, like, dreaming aspect of, like, being a singer.
yeah,
But I think as far as sonically, it's good. I don't really have anything bad to say about it other than I agree with you, it doesn't really resonate with the moment. Maybe
yeah,
it'll resonate more next year,
yeah.
but it doesn't it's it's still kind of
The
a dark
song is
time, I
for
don't know.
her. It's for her.
Yeah.
It's literally for her, and so I don't think we're supposed to relate to it, and so
Mhm.
that's why she did write it in a third person narrative,
Mhm.
so that it's more of like you're listening to a story, and I'm not trying to ask you to
Mhm.
personally identify with it, which is
Mhm.
fine, but, like, she did that with, very similarly on the album Red
Mm.
with that what was that song called again? Like, new to town with a made up name.
Lucky One.
The Lucky One, yeah, it's like
Demons. Or
it's the
Lucky One, yeah.
successor to The Lucky One. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with that lyrical comparison too,
It's
absolutely.
well, it is debut, like you said, but it's like debut
Mhm.
talking to Red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's also it is cute to have Sabrina on there. Um,
Yeah.
to me, it gives me, like, Dolly Parton vibes for some reason, like, I just think of Nashville, like, it's very Nashville-y,
Yeah.
and I think it's good. I mean, I don't really have any complaint other than it
No.
just doesn't resonate, which is
Exactly,
fine.
and it's fine, and it does for
It's
some people, I'm sure. It doesn't make it a bad
yeah,
song, it's just not for us
no,
personally, which is we can be objective about that, right? Like,
yeah.
we don't need to see ourselves in every single Taylor Swift
No,
song.
and we don't
Um,
have to be like, "It's bad because I don't relate." It's like, no,
yeah,
the melodies are good, it
the
sounds
bridge is
good.
great, "I'm Immortal Now," I was like, "Good for you, girl."
Yeah, Sabrina sounds great on it.
Yeah.
I don't really have any complaints about it.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the reason why she chose Sabrina, obviously, because, she wants to be Tay Kingmaker
Yeah,
and and just like and like say like, hey, I raised Sabrina out of obscurity and I'm
yeah,
the reason why she's popular. And it's a little bit true. I mean, Sabrina did put
yeah,
out Short and Sweet, and that was a great album. Out and Taylor didn't make that, but Jack Antonoff did help produce that album.
mhm,
Connection made through Taylor Swift, so I get it. But I think with Sabrina, the point that she made is that Sabrina knows how to handle this kind of industry much better than Taylor Swift. That's because Sabrina is very three-wing too,
Mhm.
and Taylor's three-wing four. So Sabrina has like a
Mhm.
tougher skin. She
Mhm.
doesn't, it doesn't, these things are going to roll off of her more easily.
Mhm.
And so that's why it fits that she's doing a second verse of like, hey, I understand your warning, but I'm going to be Showgirl anyways.
Right. And I like it for that point. I think it's well
Yeah.
written and everything.
Yeah.
I can see people saying it doesn't fit on the album, but to me, I think it does
Yeah.
because ultimately the album is her expressing who she is.
Yes.
That's basically what it is. And it's also, I'm expressing myself to Travis.
Yeah.
And I love
Exactly.
Travis. And that's fine. And I think she's earned that because
Mm-hmm.
she's done Universal Appeal albums. She's done
Yes.
it multiple times. She knows how to do it. And to me, I think ultimately, maybe with that Venus South Node thing, she wanted to purge some of the fake Swifties. And I
Yeah.
think she saw it coming because her poem about the album, she talks about being canceled again.
Oh,
So she
interesting.
knew. And then the shiny bug one, she said something like, they're going to put that magnifying glass on you and try to fry you again type of vibes, which I thought
Yeah.
was an interesting point, but
And so she
she
decided to
knew.
lean in rather than run away, which is very interesting because we kept talking about all the last 2 years how she was avoiding certain
Yes.
cancellations and it was coming. And it is very smart of her just to lean in.
Mm-hmm. I think ultimately what this signifies is a new era of Taylor Swift's life where she's not avoidant. And I
Yeah.
think that is also a thing too, is she's
Yeah.
not avoiding the scandal. So she's not avoiding having kids. She's not avoiding love. She's not avoiding
Yeah.
loyalty of friends. She's not avoiding criticism.
Yeah.
She's just leaning into everything. And I think it gives me chills because I'm just happy for her.
Yeah. Well, if she does get married
Mhm.
and she does have a kid, even if she gets divorced, and even if she only has one kid, I feel like that means that she did successfully finally complete a second chance on her Saturn return. And it was having to
Mhm.
get through Saturn and Pisces, which we all know the Pisces connection there
Yeah.
with Joe. And so like she needed to get through
Yes.
that little part there. And then it was and then it's kind of like her do-over.
Mhm. I have a feeling though she might before I used to be somebody where I didn't believe that it would work with them, but I think ironically after Eldest Daughter, I think it might actually work. They might actually last
Yeah.
because I think she's dealt with her issue.
Yeah.
And sorry, this is harsh, but he doesn't he has an internal void.
Yeah.
So if she's good, then he's good because because he's not gonna
Yeah.
assert anything because there's nothing.
Well, it
I don't
also
mean that
doesn't
he doesn't have
matter.
a brain, but
Yeah.
he I don't need to get into this, but there's an internal void in Travis.
I know what you mean.
He's a
Um,
narcissist, yeah.
yeah. And not in a bad way. We didn't
Not in a
say
bad
that.
way, just in a
Yeah.
real way.
Yeah, in a real way. But the gosh, if Taylor watches it, she's gonna hate us.
She will, but he's a benevolent one. I mean, that's as good as
Benevolent.
we can get. We're not gonna lie
Yeah.
to you, Taylor, sorry.
Yeah. It's not like narcissist doesn't, it's
Mhm.
just the condition.
Yeah.
And people
He
have
lives with it. He's
misconstrued.
managing.
He's
Yes.
managing and he's doing the best he can.
Yes.
Um, and his narcissistic fuel is making you happy, girl. Enjoy it.
Yes.
But anyways, but like I was saying, I think for her, the I don't remember what I was saying, actually. I just completely forgot.
Oh, it's okay. Sorry.
Okay, but and oh no, I remember now. Okay, so the reason why it does belong in this album, it's also the completion of the story.
Mhm.
She's telling a story. Like this is one of the first times where I was like, oh, she actually put all these songs like in order, in the correct order.
Mhm.
Usually, she doesn't care about order of her tracks. She just goes by like what she thinks sounds good. But this actually like tells a full story, and this is the cherry on top of the story, being like, and so this is my life, as
Mhm.
you said.
I love it. And
Yeah,
I really like this album. I think it's a great way to talk about the Eras tour. I think a
yeah.
lot of people were like, I wanted this and I wanted that. But you already had that. You already had I Can Do It with a Broken Heart. You already had Clara Bow. She already said that. She doesn't need to say it again.
You already have folklore. You have
That
Evermore.
too.
You got two of them.
Right. She wanted to talk about the after the show was over and what was happening outside
Yeah.
of that. And she has a right to. she dedicated her whole life to that tour for that
Yeah.
time. So I like it.
Yes.
Period. Anyways, thank you so much, Lisa.
Yeah, I had a great time talking about this with you.
Yeah.
I think, I'm sure we'll have like way more perspectives as time goes on and we can like
Mhm.
bring them up when the TS13 finally comes out. That'll
The
be fun.
Devil's album. No, I'm just kidding. No, I have a feeling it might be a really angry one. I have a
Oh,
feeling. I think because I feel like she's getting a lot of hate and stuff right now.
oh,
So I think there will be that reaction to that.
interesting.
Because
I don't know. It
yeah,
has to be a capstone culmination album. So
that's
maybe
true though.
there might
Yeah.
be some angry songs on it because we still got canceled on this one, right? And we still got actually romantic on this one. I think we might see a few of those on there.
But
Um,
canceled is just not actually angry. It's
I
like
know,
I'm mad, but I'm happy that
but
I'm mad.
neither
Like
is
it's
actually romantic. But that's basically what she's showing.
yeah,
She's like, I don't care what you say about me. She did it twice.
yeah. I
So
want like her full blown lesbian dykey, like hard rock, angry stuff
yeah,
in 13. Like I want like what she did on the 1989 tour. I want
yeah,
some angry songs on that one. And I think she will because
yeah,
she's an angry girl, but I do think it will be a capstone. So I
yeah.
think I wonder if she'll go more hard rock or like more rocky or something. I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't
Because
know.
where else will she go? Because she likes the genre hop. She's
Yeah,
a
she
genre
does.
hop girly.
Yeah. And I just want to talk about really quick before
Mhm.
we like leave. The hate that this album is getting because it's so different than what they were expecting and it's so different than what she's done before. People just have such short memories because I've been a Swiftie since Red. I've been a fan since Fearless, but I've been a Swiftie, like a
Mhm.
hard, like diehard Swiftie since Red. People forget each of those albums, other than Fearless. Fearless was like what was the standard setter, right? People have hated Speak Now. They've hated Red. They hated 1989,
Mhm.
all for different reasons. Like 1989, eventually, yeah, blew up and it became like, oh, this is the
Mhm.
gold standard of what we want for pop. But a lot of people were at a really strange resistance to shake it off. You know,
Yeah.
there was a really strange resistance to her going pop with Red, with we're never getting back together, and then
Mhm.
the album. I personally think it's sonically perfect, my personal opinion, but it does have a varying sound to it, and they really hated the dubstep in I Knew
Mhm.
You
I
Were
could see
Trouble.
that.
People love that song now. It's like they always have this reaction because I'm sorry, the haters of Taylor Swift who go back and forth, the flighty fans, you guys are musically and lyrically illiterate.
Yeah.
You are only know how to understand things that are spoon fed to you.
Mhm.
You are not allowed to have an opinion, in my opinion, for at least 2 weeks after the album comes out.
Yeah.
You gotta
I
wait
think
2 weeks.
I've been a Swiftie, so I'm like a cycle behind you. So I
Yeah,
was a fan with Red and then a diehard with
yeah,
1989. And for me, I've had moments of disappointment. Like I think for me, I was because I was so dazzled by 1989, I was a little bit underwhelmed by Reputation at first or a
yeah,
little disappointed, but I still liked it.
yeah,
And there were songs that I skipped, but then songs that I liked. With
yeah.
Lover, it was bad. I was like, "Oh
Oh, I
my
didn't like
gosh,
Lover.
girl."
Yeah, I didn't
And
like there with
yeah, that
Lover.
was tough.
The it was like you had Cruel Summer, it's one of the best
Yes.
songs he's ever written, and then you had like Death by a Thousand Cuts, and you have
Lover
yeah,
itself is really
Lover
good.
itself. You have like a few good songs there, and the rest of the album is just like, ooh, eh.
Yeah.
There was a
I
couple mid songs,
yeah, like, there's some that resonated with me, but they were
Yeah,
toxic.
yeah,
Even the Archer, the Avoidant is what it should
yeah,
have been called. The the Afterglow, that one is
yeah,
really toxic, but I really liked it at the time, but I knew it was bad that I liked it. It was like, this is wrong that I
yeah,
like this, but I do. And then I personally like Miss
yeah,
Americana. But then it's like you have I Forgot You Existed, which is probably one of the worst songs ever. You Need to Calm Down, horrible.
yeah,
In me, it was really bad. So it's like I think that was really tough. And then Folklore and Evermore were amazing, and I was like, "Oh my god, she's amazing." And then Don't Get Me Started on Midnight. So I'll go on for 2 hours. Just watch the reaction to that
oh
one.
my gosh. Yeah, we gotta go back and watch those and
I
look at
have
our
to watch
faces
that.
as we watch them, and we
I
look
was
so
so
different.
Oh, I know. But
really
I
said
was
that.
so mad with Midnights. I think
Yeah.
Midnights, it literally, this album is like a karmic fulfillment of
Yeah.
Midnights. Like, I feel, I told Lisa when this came out, I was like, I finally have forgiven Taylor.
Yeah.
I
Um,
finally did.
as far as Reputation goes, I skipped 2 songs an entire album, and, like, there's 15 songs, I listened to 13 of them over and over and over again.
Yeah,
So I was in Reputation, like, immediately, and I was in the
I
trenches.
listened to
Like,
it.
I
Yeah.
was defending Taylor Swift. I was like, I feel like this phone call was edited. I will never take Kanye's side. I was with her the whole time, okay? I was a Tay warrior, just saying.
I didn't cancel Taylor when that
You didn't
happened. I
cancel
was
her.
like, I felt really bad for her because I knew it
Yeah.
hurt her. But
Yeah.
I was so like, I still listened to Reputation the whole 2018. So it's like I
Yeah.
liked it,
Yeah.
you know, and even
And
Lover. I
yeah.
listened to Lover the whole time. I just um Lover did Lover was tough. That was a tough era. I'm kind of glad
Yeah.
it was cut short because
Yeah.
she was just kind of a hot mess.
Well,
But
Taylor kinda said that too. Like, she's like, "Oh, what
yeah,
could have been with Loverfest?" But she's like, "We got to open up the Eras tour with Lover." And she said, "Whenever we
yeah,
had that moment, if not."
that's true. And
Yeah.
I loved her opening of the Eras tour. And
Yes. It's been a long time coming.
sometimes too, like her albums that aren't as good, they make the ones that are good pop more too.
Yeah.
So take it for what it is. If you don't like
Yeah.
it as a Swiftie, we've been there.
Yeah.
We
Well,
survived. Yeah.
Swiftologist said this was a bottom 3 for him, and I'm like, "It's definitely not a bottom 3 for me." I wouldn't say it's a top 3 for me either, but it's in the middle, and I'm like, when you have 12 albums,
Yeah.
something has to be in the middle, especially since some are, like, just so great. Like, I don't think this is a bad album at all. I think it's probably if it's an average for her, that's not bad.
No.
Yeah.
I think to me it's not something that blew me away
Yeah.
because I guess I'm weirdly the only person that expected this. It's
Yeah.
basically what I expected.
Yeah. Me too.
And
Exactly. I even
yeah,
sonically predicted it.
you did.
Yeah, like last summer, it might be in one of the videos we did where I said she needs to do this sound, and she
Well,
did the sound.
I was so frustrated with the Swifties and they're like, she advertised this wrong. I'm like, no, she said it's about her life outside of the tour. That's
Yeah.
exactly what this was. That's exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
It was short, snappy, very melodic. Max Martin and Johann Schallbach. Like, that's how they are, is what I expected.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
don't
think
know.
it's funny too because Swiftologist also said that like he was insisting that there may be a handful of Travis songs. I was like, how naive are you? She always does love songs.
Mhm.
Always.
Mhm.
Even when she was doing folklore and everywhere, all love songs,
Mhm.
primarily. Except for
Yeah.
like except for a handful of not.
Yeah. It was good. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's for me, I don't know where I'd put it. I think time will tell.
Yeah.
But I think for me, my top 4 is probably 1989, Evermore, Folklore, and then Tortured.
Yeah.
I Anthology.
Yeah.
I really like those. Which they're a
Yeah.
hot mess, but I love that it's a hot mess.
Yeah. I mean, I would say those are my top 4 as well, for sure.
Mhm.
Like, it's just in different order, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I know you love Red too.
Oh, I thought you said red, sorry. My brain heard
Oh,
you say
no.
red. Okay, no,
Yeah.
then I'm taking out, okay, my top 5 are plus red. There we go.
Mhm. I would say for me, Red is there too, especially with The Vault. The Vault are
Yeah.
beautiful songs. I don't know. I mean, it would have been too controversial for her to put out like 20 million songs back then, but
Oh, yeah.
I think I
It's
like
sad
a
they made
hot
her
mess
it's sad
album.
that they made her leave off Better Man, though.
I
Like, when that
know.
song, like, literally what then went on to win Song of the Year at the Country Music Awards. Sorry, we're gonna, like, way off
I
topic.
know.
Country
I
Music
know.
Awards, but still, like, it just we have so much to say about Taylor Swift.
I know.
But anyways,
Yeah. But yeah, its point is I like a hot mess album where she just throws verbal diarrhea all over. I like
yes,
Red and Tortured,
yes.
but this one I think would be right under. I
Yeah,
think it's good. It's good.
yeah, I think it's in the
Anyways,
middle.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Anyways, thank you so much,
Well,
guys. And thank you,
yeah,
Lisa.
no
And we'll be
problem.
back again later. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.